Hello, everyone, and we're back with NASA. An hour earlier than usual, I'm here with Alter, and we're here for a return of the ego check between Fudgy Waffles and Kilius, this time with a bit of a cap so we don't go 5-5 forever.
Yeah, I mean, last time we had, Borg that couldn't go without a loss 6 times in a row or something like that. And this time there is no Borg, so that gimmick doesn't work, doesn't apply, and hopefully, as you said, this doesn't end. I mean, it can't because it's a best of three. But we'll just see how it goes, I guess.
The two former GOATs teammates are on two separate teams right now. It is Party Rockers 2 versus Platinum Exclusive. Both teams doing extremely well in NASA so far. They're both 4-0 and Alter. Is there any team that you're going to favor in this matchup? Because both of them have performed incredibly well so far.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, both of these teams are 4-0, so they haven't really gotten a loss yet. They're doing extremely well, and I was actually in the warm-ups for Kilius' team, and I have to say they were looking pretty strong. I don't want to say anything because I don't know if I want to spoil or ruin the fun, but they are looking pretty strong. I mean, as a forward player myself, shapeshifting was definitely hard to score on, and their midfield, who is Kilius, who is uh, the main, the main meal, the main course dinner of this ego check against Fudgy. He was very strong in the midfield, definitely stopping me from playing the way I wanted to. So, from what I saw, they are at a very warmed up level. They are ready to go. That engine is revved.
Yeah, and well, it'll be interesting to see as unlike the ego check, it is not Fudgy in the goal box. It is Pineapple, Drew Fudgy Waffles on the Platinum exclusive side versus Shapeshifting, Kilius, and Kotone. And well, Kilius not in the goal box either. Both of them standing in the midfield for this matchup. It's a very different look from when they were sitting in the goal. But I think one of the big things is that Platinum Exclusive has had very, very close games, I think. Some very close games in series over the course of the season. Party Rockers 2, I think, looking a little bit, just a tiny bit more decisive against teams that were arguably stronger opponents than the ones that Platinum Exclusive has faced so far.
I mean, I don't know the records of them any. Like, I don't know if it's like one team only won their games by going 3-2, making it go to the last inch, or the other team like swept 3-0s all their games. So I don't know all of that. I just know from what I saw today, and I haven't seen much of the other team as of late.
All right, but we're gonna get right into game. First map is Atlas Lab, and Atlas Lab is the Party Rockers 2 pick. Gates of Obscura coming up second, and
What?
Demon Deus as the leftover. This is a bit of a crazy map pool.
Demon Days? Or not Demon Days. Did you say Gates?
Okay, wait a second, wait a second. The overlay's wrong. But it's still 4-0 for both.
It's still 4 and
Teams,
0?
teams, teams, both teams still have a 4-0 record, but technically, if we're going by the ego check, the score
Yeah,
for this set is 5 and
you
5.
said put it as the ego check, so I put it at the ego check.
No, not there. The other one.
What other
The
one?
set score, not the record. The records weren't. Maybe I'm dumb.
I think it's funnier this way.
No, it's
It's
not.
so funny.
No, change it to 4-0.
Okay, they can have their real cool standings.
But while the yapping has been occurring, Atlas Lab and both teams not really picking much in the way of damage. And Katone. Uh-oh. This is a bit of a name off moment for Katone, it appears. And it looks like Party Rockers 2 are starting off with the disadvantages. They will, unfortunately, lose a ban for the second game in the series. But taking a look at the drafts, I think,
Egoist is a weak awakening.
oh no.
Yeah. We're gonna be seeing a lot of that egoist coming into play, and it's gonna be a lot of energy. It's gonna be basically the equivalent of a old school fire up start.
And with this Egoist on the board, the game is completely warped as the goalies will have a lot of trouble defending against Flip. But I think it's also part of the reason why both goalies are picks that are generally better at defending Flip among the cast. Bubu and Mako both have one-button answers to Flip that are pretty easily accessible compared to if they picked like Pineapple, Signature Luna, or whatever. And I think that that will be a great benefit to both teams in this Egoist start.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they were able to hold it down, and I was watching Shapeshifting earlier, and he was on the Mako pick. He's been practicing it, and, you know, Mako right now is just a really strong, overall, very good goalie. I mean, it's right there. That ultimate is just immediately shut down by one option that is immediately going right into another strike, and it has a strike in and of itself. So it's just really, really good at holding it down.
Look at that. Just like you said, Shape with a tap primary blocks the Flip coming out. But look at the meter on both sides. It's so incredibly high. Even with the Flip used, Drew is almost at another one. Killy sending the core forward. But again and again, it gets stuck in the midfield. Fudgy Waffles with so much presence with this now. This time Pineapple with the Flip, but now Katone in front of the net to the bottom side. But it's deflected by Pineapple, and both teams are still holding.
I mean, look at how much they're holding it in this overtime speed. Every flip just goes at Mach 10. Right now, only Fudgy has their flip, but because it's Egoist, everyone is at least at half energy, building for that next one, and we're going to see if it can get scored right now, or is Fudgy going to be able to save it with the flip. Can't drop this barrier, though, it seems. Shapeshifting is on his business, giving his teammates that secondary speed buff, which will be enough for Rasmus to almost score, but Pineapple was able to hold it down, even on this Dubu pick that they might not be as well comfortable with, as you mentioned earlier, the Luna.
Yeah, we have seen the Pineapple Luna a lot in the past, but you have to worry about the chip damage, about everything, but the now pick mitigates a lot of that, especially with Fudgy dropping back so well. A great attempt by Drew, gets a lot of energy refund back, but still not what they're looking for. The barrier still stays up. Mako so good at defending that circular barrier still, and Shapeshifting has Flip as well. So much insurance on the side of the defense of Party Rockers too, and they're continuing to hold. This game is at a stalemate, but finally it's Killius who snipes it below the log for the first goal of the game.
I mean, if this is the ego check, Fudgy didn't score the first goal. That's all I gotta say. A little bit
Yeah,
of yapping.
1-0 Killius. A victory for the Party Rockers and Killius in the ego check technically. But wait a second, a great now primary from Fudgy Waffles. Completely gap shape-shifting. What was Killius doing? I don't know.
I mean, was the midfielder stopping the enemy midfielder? Or hold the cross, Killius. That is a joke that only Westies will know. Knowers know.
Are you sure only Westies will know?
I mean, it's more of a Westie thing, but anyways, Drew has scored while staggered. It seems that they were damaging him and pushing him around, but they just pushed him right into their own net.
That was a weird core flip. Did you also see that? Like, there was no visual on the core flip circle. It just flipped.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that happens when you get stunned right as you flip. Or, like, if you come out of stun. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Rasmus, Katone, and Killius have a little few kills, but it seems that Fudgy Waffles is holding it down. He might just be a goalie player or something of the sorts. And he's gonna score! He not only held it down, but he actively got the barrier.
I mean, Fudgy Waffles looking like the better of the two here. Killius damage, not really doing much in this moment. Almost stagger, taking a blinks right into the log. Killius, no. Fudgy Waffles now has free reign in the midfield with Drew, but it's actually Katone who saves the day and sends the core forward.
Yeah, and now we see Katone is able to hold it down, wait it out for Killius to come back online and give Shapeshifting all the time to get their cooldowns back, and it seems that now the energy is starting to tiptoe towards the side of Killius' side. Party Rockers are going to have a grand old time here as they're seeing the Rasmus getting it into the corner, but just not enough. But now, I was going to say that now is damaged, but the healing, I always forget that she can just click one button and all of that is reversed. And there's double core flips. And now, Rasmus is the only one on the field with the flip. Flips it, doesn't get it into the corner though.
Yeah, unsuccessful on the offensive opportunity, but Killius and Katone in the midfield, again with core control, sending it to the top side and catching Pineapple off guard on the clear. That's another goal for the Party Rockers, and they're taking the lead here. Winning the first set will be so important in this game where each point is so close.
Yeah, I mean, this is feeling a little bit like an Oni Village match with it going into overtime every single time. Pineapple doesn't seem to be as good at holding these barriers, at shapeshifting, but definitely on par when it comes to holding the goal itself.
Yeah, the open goal saves from Pineapple and Fudgy Waffles, like as you said, the barrier's going down quite quickly, but they'll have to work harder in the open net, and they're doing so far. Pineapple blocking the flip with just a strike the size of the Dubu coming into play. The flip at the last possible moment to save the core, but meter is a little bit low for Pineapple. Can't do that again if Katone gets control in the next few seconds.
I mean, the core flip in the corner from Shapeshifting is going to be blocked by Drew in the right spot with the right timing, and now Erasmus has to score here, has the egoist speed. Katone can't actually get it through Drew, though. Drew's winning all the strike wars, and there's the flip again, but he misses the strike. That might have been a vital strike to win, because now Katone has the ball, has speed, and they have the forward momentum here with the pass from the black hole, the core flip, but the Dubu wall is going to block the easy shot. Gets the pass off to Kill. He's not able to get anything through now. Back to Shapeshifting.
But it's overtime Mako. The empowered strike going to be such an important tool, but it doesn't even matter. Fudgy Waffles from the midfield right through Kilius. I think Kilius got a little gap there. Fudgy Waffles in the 1v1 looking like the better midfielder.
It seems you might have your own bias, to say the least, but all I gotta say is, who is higher level?
I mean, they're the same level.
Now they are. Okay, they were, but they weren't a second ago. One of them is dead.
Yeah, and who's alive, huh?
I mean, one of them has a now. Now can just heal all damage. That's just a character gap.
Yeah, played better in the drafting phase, it appears. And Fudgy Waffles with the momentum. When the barriers are down for Party Rockers 2, that is where Platinum Exclusive has found their success, and Drew with the snipe will win the first set for PLX.
I mean, it's crazy to think that on some of the points there, Party Rockers were able to get 2 kills right off the start and still weren't able to, like, convert that to a quick goal. Or even a quick double barrier.
Yeah, and with this draft coming in, an immediate size deny against Erasmus, the only size on the board in this draft, will make it easier for Fudgy Waffles to do strike wars, but I think just a great pick in that moment. I think this draft in general, pretty favorable for the side of Platinum Exclusive with how it turned out. Only one size that was deniable. We're able to pick up the twin drive on the Zentaro while denying the Mako, and I
Well,
think in general, PLX pretty happy with this one.
here you want size because it is an egoist start, so you're really looking for that quick strike, fight or flight, Exodia of sorts for, you know, just winning strike wars. And size makes you have an easier time just winning your strike wars and getting your strike usage out more often.
Yeah, Katone will have to play without that, without the side scaling on all of the Erasmus abilities as Fudgy Waffles walking up, but the center explodes just in time, saves Party Rockers for a moment, but at Summer Assault from Pineapple will take out the Brawler.
Yeah, he knew that he wouldn't hit the ball right at him and go for some shots. So Pineapple knew it was safe to roll there. Quite the read. And now they can't actively convert on this, though. The turret's set up, but it's going to be right let through because Fudgy Waffles is holding it down, winning all his strike wars with that size increase, and the flip doesn't come out. Achilles able to stop Drew from making the crucial strike, though. The glitch pop doesn't get in anywhere close, though. Log is there to stop it all, and now Fudgy Waffles has the egoist speed. He's pushing forward. Will he be able to make a goal out of this? He's able to help it so far, but Drew is locked in a corner. The core flip comes out, but it's blocked by Shapeshifting's primary.
Oh, but Pineapple is finding these passing angles through the center to Drew. Past absolutely everybody. Fudgy Waffles, though, doesn't see the center appearing, and that offense stalls for Platinum Exclusive. Party Rockers 2 getting possession, looking to make a play here, but Fudgy Waffles deflecting in the midfield to Drew, winning the strike war against Katone for the goal.
I mean, right there is just a little bit of the forward brain on Katone, because you just don't have to actually strike. You can just walk back into the bottom corner and wait for them to make the shot on you.
Little bit true there on the defense. Forwards in the net, some might say. The triangle set up by Fudgy Waffle sends the core forwards. Doesn't get the barrier on the first try, but will get it on the rebound by Shapeshifting. Pineapple now desperately defending the bottom barrier. Achilles having the ego speed, rushing forward, but Pineapple rolling up to stop the core, and Drew stopping Kilius in his tracks.
Yeah, It seems so far though that these teams now, Pineapple has only gotten better as the set has gone on, and now he's holding this barrier like Shapeshifting was last game, and now Shapeshifting is actually the one with their barriers down first.
Fudgy Waffles with flip available in front of the net, but the core is sent away by Shapeshifting. Drew, though, with a shot to the bottom corner. Shapeshifting just large enough. Drew again, but Katone is there. And Platinum exclusive, valiant attempt, but defended even better by Party Rockers, too. Now Kilius in position. Katone backing him up. A bit of a swap into midfield. Drew trying to catch a clear by Shapeshifting, but still it is saved away by the Party Rockers. A perfect placement of the glitch pop by Kilius. Still, again, saved away in the midfield, this time by Platinum exclusive. And again, the offense stalling. Kilius now with the play, but the somersault is perfect to clear as well. Pineapple out of danger, but Kilius with a perfect snipe on the cyber swipe. Doesn't even need to use the flip for that goal.
Definitely a nicely placed cyber swipe. I mean, is that a midfield gap or what? He knew where everyone was gonna go. Oh. Might be a little bit of a ping issue I had. But I think we're back now.
I looked at the stream and you had 200 milliseconds and a bunch of packet loss. That went absolutely crazy on the spectator, but good thing we're not disconnected now as Drew in front of the net. Traded core flips on both sides, but again, this game is so slow, so close. This time it is Platinum exclusive having the advantage on the point.
Yeah, I mean, it seems so far I was definitely correct with saying that now Shapeshifting is the one to lose their barriers first. I don't know what has changed, if it really was Fudgy Waffles getting the size, making the difference. But there is going to be the goal with a nice shot to Drew.
Platinum exclusive looking very confident in this game as they head on forward to potentially the point that will win them the second set, especially with how confidently Drew is playing. Katone can't get back in time to save the top barrier, and Fudgy Waffles with the flip available is there to back them up. Shapeshifting trying to get the clear, trying to snipe the top barrier, but the curvature of the center will prevent that. Both barriers will stay up for the time being for Platinum exclusive, and Drew in front of the net. Great ensnare drums by Shapeshifting to stop that core flip attempt.
Yeah, I mean, that ability is just so good at stopping flips. Unless they're right next to your barrier, it's so hard to fight through that. But Drew is finding himself actually taking so much damage that there's not much he can do. And now Katone has the power play, has the 1v1 almost on the goalie right here. He will be able to actually get it through with the help of Kilius now. The core flip in the corner. The goalie's dead. You just have to flip it here, Kilius. Come on.
So he's greeting the energy quite a bit, but Katone will convert, make sure that Kilius can preserve that flip into the next round. 2-2 set point for both teams yet again.
I mean, Kilius is looking like me there with how much he's greeting the flip.
Okay, well, we'll see if Kilius can convert this time, because that flip's still available. Shapeshifting as well with that meter as the insurance. The bottom barrier goes down, but Fudgy Waffles defending the top one, trying to press the core forward. But Kilius with the cyber swipe will get one barrier, doesn't get two. So close, but has the flip available now. Will he choose to use it? Still holding on to the flip, wants to use it for the goal.
Yeah, Kilius definitely wants to be able to use his energy the way he wants here, but will he get the chance to? I mean, he's staggered. The backwards glitch pop almost gets something through, but now Fudgy Waffles has the core flip in the corner. Doesn't go for the flip, though, and it seems that Kilius' flip that he held on for so long, unfortunately, was in vain.
But Katone wins the 1v1, gets the flip off, and Shapeshifting with the patience, not letting Drew take that strike war, as Drew walking up with the core, trying to midfield for Fudgy Waffles for a little bit, but that's so much damage, and I don't think the now has the cooldowns available to heal that off. The flip wasted by Pineapple, the roll attempted, but a great shot by Kilius will send it right around. It's 1-1 in sets in this first game.
They definitely are trying to make these games go the distance here. I mean, we're seeing both these sets so far going to 3-2, no?
Yeah.
And there it is, though. Quick strikes on an egoist star is so good.
Yeah, and even still, like, I think this is just quite potentially just a fully game-winning draft for Party Rockers too. They get the quick strikes on the midfielder. They get the team player on the goalie. Like, those are two game warping picks. Of course, the Quick Strike's Egoist. A little bit more game warping, of course. But team player on the Mako goalie as well. This is just incredible power on the side of Party Rockers too. And I think they'll be looking to take this game very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, game warping, I think, is definitely the correct way to put it. There's not a lot that can really compare to this, but it doesn't matter if you actively can't get the right opportunities to use them, as we're seeing every strike war is being won by the side of PLX.
Yeah, if there's playing better and winning more, even the best awakenings won't save you. And that's the first goal for PLX. Drew getting the goal there. And Party Rockers 2, you have Exodia in your hands. It's your time to win.
I mean, yeah, if there was ever a moment where I would expect you guys to win, it is definitely right now. So please do not lose both your barriers instantly. Okay, that's what we want to see, shapeshifting.
Saves coming out. Drew whiffing the flip. Great saves by Shapeshifting yet again, building up that meter as well. But again, Kilius is so low, taken out. And if you take so much damage, even if you have the quick strikes, you won't have enough meter to elusive everything. And Drew with the coverage on the flip from Fudgy Waffles. Party Rockers 2 looking so shaky after that draft.
I don't understand what happened. I mean, it could be the Timeless Creator now, but that would not explain all the more damage and whatnot. What did Drew get? Drew just got built different. I don't understand.
5% is definitely not making the difference here. The additional hitboxes, of course, always welcome. But I think this is just Platinum exclusive stepping up. They're winning the strike wars, playing better, but maybe Kilius is activated this time, building up a lot of meter, trying to get the core forward. But again, Katone is going in. The Rasmus primary sent out, the secondary used, but they can't find the second barrier. And Drew looking incredibly massive here, taking one barrier, has the Egoist speed available to look for the second. And Platinum exclusive continuing to push on the offense this time. Maybe a chance for Party Rockers, but no, again deflected away.
Yeah, I mean, it seems Kilius and Katone are just having a hard time pushing through them. There's the flip, but there's the primary coming from Shapeshifting, able to block it out. And now on the side of Party, they have 2 flips, 3 flips, and will they be able to clear it? There's one, gonna go right to Fudgy, who also now has flip because it is an Egoist game. We're just gonna be seeing a lot of flips right here, going right back to Pineapple and Fudgy in this corner with 2 flips. The unfortunate Rasmus hook running out right before it gets there, and now Drew is able to push it through, get the barrier, and the Corp is going to block the barrier for the side of PLX.
We're seeing the power of the Mako and the Dubu here when so many flips are sent out the log. The Mako primary, the Mako all of the tools of both these characters so good against the core flip, but Shapeshifting in a tough situation, the primary will bail him out. Pineapple though betrayed by the Tofu Fortress. It's up to Drew to make a clutch play here, trying to get possession, but the core sent away by Shapeshifting. Drew getting another chance, but no, Drew another opportunity here, but the strike by Shapeshifting will go the right way. Drew reading the other side for the flip available to the bottom side. A weird angle, but it's enough. 3-0 for Platinum exclusive after that draft is the most improbable, I guess, result.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Drew just played really well there because I don't understand why. And now he gets rewarded with heavy impact, 1-2 punch, fight or flight, literally anything he wants.
Yeah, but fight or flight going to Katone is a little bit scary. Of course, that additional speed might make up for the midfield difference, but aerials denied away from the Mako. A fine take on the now as well, and extra special. Great on the Dubu. Great to take it away from the Aimi of Kilius. I think just a great draft entirely for Platinum exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, Amy getting 1-2 punch really means that she can now cyber swipe glitch pop people off the edge, which we haven't seen much of this game. I know Kilius isn't like mainly going for that, but now you have a lot of range and it might be just what you need, especially if you can't win the strike wars, just win the character war.
Yeah, and that 1-2 punch also adding to the chip damage from the firewall sentry that we've seen Pineapple fall victim to already. But Drew and Fudgy Waffles not really worried about both barriers going down, but maybe they should be, as a great hook by Katone is what yoinks that goal right from the other side of the net.
Yeah, definitely a nice hook placement. Going for those on Rasmus feels really good, but it can be scary because you do, if you miss that hook, leave your teammates in a 1v2 situation that they're probably not winning, and you're just too far from the engagement to really do much. But Kilius is showing that even if he's alone in the engagements, he can do it all as he gets both barriers. Definitely well played there now. They have almost two core flips, one of them already online. We're going to see here what they will be able to do with it.
We'll have to see what's possible as Fudgy Waffles with control now sending the core right along the top side around the Zentaro special, setting up perfectly for Drew to capitalize. Great team play by Platinum Exclusive. It's looking like it's their game to win.
They definitely are playing. It seems like I might be cursing them because as soon as I start complimenting them on the draft and what they get or how they're playing or their energy, they just immediately start losing, and it's like maybe I'm the problem.
Maybe so as... Wait, did it really just say maybe so to that? I'm so toxic. But Drew, reading Shapeshifting like a book there with that passive strike perfectly placed. But Kilius trying to get revenge on the other side. But Drew will be the one winning the strike war, sending the core forward. Flip available from Pineapple attempted. Team play with Drew, but not quite. Fudgy now with the flip up to Drew. To the demon angle, but blocked away by Shapeshifting. The defense good from Party Rockers too, but can they get the last barrier? The KO does find itself on Drew. Party Rockers 2 looking still, but Fudgy Waffles takes
Whoa.
Kilius out. Kilius is a little gapped, I guess.
I mean, it is the ego off, or the ego check between them, and yeah, I mean, I guess he just did get the kill there. He's winning the strike wars, getting the kills. Kilius mayhaps be a little gapped, but Katone very low, going too close to the black hole. I was a little curious on what he was doing, but I will never know.
Fudgy Waffles now dribbling, ego with speed available forward. Drew, but the secondary, no, the secondary not enough from Shapeshifting. Drew getting the last laugh there. The incredibly delayed strike, perfect. And one goal is what stands between Platinum Exclusive and this first game win.
I mean, yeah, they could just take it here. Whose map pick was this again?
This was Party Rockers 2's pick, I believe.
Oh, that is very unfortunate then that your map that you picked is the one that you are going to find yourself actually with your back against the wall on.
Yeah, look at the stagger bars. Kilius and Katone both staggered Kilius off the board. No now to save them as those barriers go down. Fudgy Waffles almost at core flip. Will he even need it is the question because Pineapple has it too. Drew to the top side, deflected once by Shapeshifting, but the flip will strike home. Platinum Exclusive taking this first game in the series.
Wow, definitely not how I expected that game to go when I think about just the drafts. I expect different, but hey, I mean, they're not just good players for nothing, I guess. They're able to break what I think is correct.
Yeah, and as Platinum Exclusive gets a 1 next to their name in the scoreboard, it's actually incredible that the Party Rockers 2 lost with Quick Strike's Egoist, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. They also had Fight or Flight on their forward. Quick Strike's Fight or Flight is really... Or they didn't have Quick Strikes, though. It was Ego Start. Quick
Yeah.
Strikes or Egoist with Fight or Flight, though, is still really good because you get just so much speed dribbling forward and then you get your energy procced and you just get 80% more. It's so good.
Yep. But as we head into the replays, next map
No
is
replays.
no replays.
I
Update the
forgot.
scoreboard at least. Update the scoreboard.
Right, right.
We're going gates. Gates, gates, gates.
Oh
It's
my
time.
goodness. I don't think I would ever expect to see Gates in a NASA match. I'm going to be honest. But we are definitely gonna find ourselves there at least. So far it
Oh,
seems that we're getting a sub out. No?
yeah, Fudgy Waffles rotating to the goalie position for game 2. Gates of Obscura swap.
Huh. Is Kilius swapping?
I don't think Kiliist is swapping. But this is a power move by Fudgy Waffles, trying to win on both roles here.
I mean, the original ego check was on goalies though, so if this is how he ends it, I think it's a little fitting. But Kilius unfortunately isn't on the goalie to mirror it.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes on this Gates game. Oh yeah, Katone name off. Yeah.
Tone name off. So they now, on the side of Party Rockers 2, have actually lost their ban, which is honestly kind of huge because that means the other team really gets to dictate how the match goes in the flow, like whether they ban Rune or Asher or just stuff like that will really get to change how Gates is played because they get to either enable all creations or they can take away one and make it so you want to stay a little bit further away from them or just take out a pick that they really don't want to see.
But give me a sec. I am doing some stuff, so you'll have to yap a little bit longer.
Alright, well, it is Spooked Alter on the yapping business, and I'm pretty good at this business. I mean, I am a Westie, and shout out to all my Westies that are currently in the chat, but we are the big yappers. We will talk all day, 24/7. I mean, just to talk a little bit about what's happening in the West. I mean, we have the Westie Draft League, which is like almost entirely uh seated on Appa's chatting tier list, and also Westy Wednesday that's also seated on Appa's chatting tier list. I mean, the West Coast is just actually just a swamp infested lands of yapping. It is crazy to me, and I don't know the East's yapping levels, but it's definitely nowhere near. But enough of my ramble about how cool it is to live on the West side. I believe our game is getting started. Yes, it is. We get to go right in to our Gates match.
Gates of Obscura coming up in the draft, and Fudgy Waffles. I'm gonna quote Fudgy Waffles here. Give them the ban. They need it. So no ban loss for Party Rockers 2. Fudgy Waffles with a bit of an ego here. Will he be able to back it up even with Party Rockers 2 getting the ban despite the name off from Katone?
Yeah, that's definitely something that is. Whoa, whoa! What happened to no ban?
No, Fudgy Waffles said they can have the ban.
Oh, okay. Maybe I
Yeah,
wasn't listening.
saying that they need. You know.
I can't be the only one though. Yeah, Jar the Jar was also surprised.
That's not Jar to
That's not Jar
Jar.
the Jar!
That's Yache Kicho.
Okay, so a little bit of context for chat. I haven't slept for like a day.
Oh.
So everything I do, my brain is a little delayed on the ping. You know, it's like, it's not like I got put onto East games. It's like I got put onto UK games or EU games. Like I am on 130 ms in my head.
In real life.
Yeah, but you could go for it.
Maybe we're all the same, as Katone, despite being staggered, getting the first KO of the game. And just as a reminder, this is a Hot Shot and Castle Last Star, two very different compositions coming out. A Hot Shot focus comp from Party Rockers 2, and the classic Era X coming out from Platinum Exclusive.
Yeah, one thing I didn't expect to see though is the shape-shifting Drakkar, but I mean, I guess yeah, it can work, and Katone on the Asher, which makes a lot of sense, and then the X on Drew also makes a lot of sense. You know, this map gives me a little bit of the flashbacks when I remember the old bug on it when it first got updated, because there was an X that just kept punching my goalie and it kept glitching the map.
Oh. Yeah, the Omega Strikers has had some very competitively affecting bugs in its lifetime, but in the current state of the game, not too much to worry about, thankfully, as a flip available from Kilius, but the great Tofu Fortress from Fudgy Waffles will make it so that doesn't happen.
Whoa!
Hey, sends the core right around Fudgy, buffers the log, and that's the first goal of the game.
One thing I'm scared about in this game on the side of Party Rockers is the fact their comp consists a lot more of like Juno, who's just really good with hot shot, and then Asher, who's just really good on gates. Because on the other side, they have Castellast on Era and X, and that is a really hard scaling team.
Yep. But on the other side, the side of Party Rockers 2 also has pretty great scaling as well. Of course, the core speed on the Juno and the creation's very good on Gates of Obscura, and the Drakkar has a lot of different awakenings that he would like to take for that cooldown reduction on the shotgun or the missile propulsion or any of those that are pretty much uncontested, other than maybe Fudgy Waffles denying them. And Fudgy, unless the points go extremely long, will not be in a position to be the one denying them unless, you know, this sort of thing happens and the points are extending to almost overtime.
Oh, the flip kill though, from one midfielder to the next. Definitely, I know it's not the eco check between them two, but that was, I don't know, I'm still in the mood to compare midfielders.
Yeah, and Cows has been quite on point with these primaries, quite on point with the strikes, gapping Katone in the strike war and setting it to the bottom corner to even it all up.
Yeah, definitely a good time for me to remember to take replays.
Yeah, that was a bit of a replay right there, but you know, no one will actually notice if you forget replays until like the second to last set, because a lot of them get overwritten anyway, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, guys, I did get that replay and you'll never know the truth.
The first set doomed to never appear in replays no matter how good of a play you do, unless it's like really good.
Sometimes though, if I do see a really good play, I'll like actively like count my replays. That way I don't go over.
That's so real. I've done that in the past and I have miscounted and it didn't appear anyway.
That is super unfortunate. Oh, unfortunate Drakkar shotgun. Not shotgunning enough.
I think it was just a little bit off target. I'm looking at it back again and was a little bit biased towards the top side and didn't actually reach the bottom side coverage. So Drew was able to strike it there, and unfortunate. This is something that happens when you're playing Drakkar and the shotgun in the moment.
No, that is you didn't aim enough. As a
Yeah.
Drakkar, ex-Drakkar player, if you miss a shotgun, it's not because the shotgun spread did you dirty, it's because you did the shotgun spread dirty.
That's so real. And Katone almost dying to the Summer Assault, staying alive though, as Fudgy Waffles can't get all of the Strike War wins necessary to make the saves, but Cows does have the Maelstrom, but it goes through the portal, the momentum is stopped, and this time it's Party Rockers 2 on the offense with Kilius, the slime, but the Tofu Fortress is solid this time.
Yeah, and the log actually getting the barrier, and Drew getting the kill. Now it is looking like, yeah, a very hard situation to actually get out of on the side of Party Rockers, and this comp that I was saying can scale gets the first set, meaning they get to scale even harder.
I mean, Shapeshifting trusted his team a little bit too much there. Kilius was trusted to win the situation on the top side. Shapeshifting didn't shotgun vertically to cover, and the team player picked up by Fudgy Waffles. Fudgy Waffles is looking to ego check this game too. He will just become the midfielder with that team player.
I mean, there is so much you can do here on the side of Party now, or not Party, PLX, because I would think that it doesn't, that team player procs through portals? I would think not.
It doesn't.
OS is not a good enough game to program that.
Team player is just calculated by like a cone of an angle, basically.
If OS was a little bit better, though, it would be calculated. That's all I gotta say.
But if Platinum Exclusive was a little better, they wouldn't have lost the barriers, but they're good enough to not lose both barriers here. One barrier to one as they're heading in, and Drew continuing to maintain possession. Shapeshifting forced to burn a lot of lock-and lows to send the core forwards, but Drew again maintaining that midfield presence as Fudgy Waffles has a lot of room to play with, but Katone pushing forward, looking to take this barrier, does so with the primary. Katone has been a shining star for Party Rockers 2 in an otherwise slightly bleak game.
But, as you said, bleak because Drew has the corner, has the X Maximus, and Fudgy Waffles going through the portal and getting the goal, and putting it in shape-shifting's face.
I mean, I think Fudgy Waffles is just gapping the entire team of Party Rockers too right now.
Oh my goodness, but don't forget about Drew also gapping them. I mean, look at the KO already. Just round start, not even 10 seconds in, and you're dead.
Yeah, in the top corner, Drew, Cows, Fudgy Waffles, another KO. The striker advantage continues, and the core perfectly placed in the portal for Cows to approach the log as well. Fudgy Waffles continuing to midfield for his team, sending the core forward. The flip available to the top side, saved one time, but again, it is not Fudgy Waffles versus Kiliest. It is Fudgy Waffles versus the entire team of Party Rockers 2, and he likes those odds.
I mean, I need Party Rockers to start winning some points so I can get their replays. Or else it's just gonna look like a PLX sweep.
I mean, Drew staying alive despite all the damage. The Molten Bolt wasted from shapeshifting. This is not looking good. In this set, it's looking like a 2-0 advantage for Platinum exclusive. They're continuing to send the core forward still. Kotone looking for a shot, but it's blocked away by Fudgy Waffles, who is just fast enough. And they're continuing to send the core forward. Even with the barrier down, it seems like Platinum exclusive is in full control.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have it going on right here. As we see the path splitter in the corner is able to actually get the barrier. Now, Drew is trying to mirror it, but he can't quite, and the ball is going to actually roll from shape-shifting into the goal net.
Shapeshifting, getting a little bit of revenge with that portal play, but it's still one goal. They have 2 more to go to equalize this game. They're trying to do so, but a bit of miscommunication between Kiliest and Shapeshifting. The Bolton Bold not getting too much here. Now they're sending it into portals. Kotone to the top side, looking to make something work in the pocket, and cleared away by Shapeshifting. Party Rockers 2 looking a lot more composed here, stunning away Drew. The flip available around Kiliest. One berry taken by Platinum exclusive. Drew continuing to push forward. Fudgy Waffles through the portal, and Cows will actually get the core. Shapeshifting barely missing the portal, and that is not good with both barriers down. Fudgy Waffles can send it in the portal to Drew, but the angle not quite there, not quite as expected. Fudgy will have to use flip on defense most likely here, waiting and stalls Kotone out, but Kotone gets the strike on the flip regardless.
Nice, that was very well done. The patience on that. I mean, I was gonna say he flipped when he shouldn't have, but then it doesn't matter if you just can time your strikes better.
Coverage is good, and Kiliest this time covering the cross from Fudgy Waffles, who was greeting a little bit for the portal play. 2-2, and it's looking much better for Party Rockers 2.
Much, much better. I mean, there is still quite the level difference, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter because all that matters is goals and how many sets you have.
Yeah, they're looking to get something good in this draft as well. Kiliest, though, winning the strike war against 2 even while shrunk. Looking like a Kiliest gap suddenly as Drew has to make something happen in the top side, but reads a little bit with position, and Kotone getting the KO with the barrier beam. Now Kotone trying to send it through with the path splitter. Fudgy Waffles with the patience will defend it with Cows support. Kotone passing plays, trying to make something happen, but Cows will be the one sniping it through, and Drew has respawn coming in. One berry taken already. Fudgy Waffles, Toku Quarter setup 4-2, but it goes all the way around the logs. Maybe the triple shrink is good from Cows, and a triple shrink will earn 1 barrier, looking for the second. Fudgy Waffles trying to find a passing lane up to the portal, but Kiliest will be the one who takes possession, and you gotta watch out against the Juno, but suddenly it's Drew getting a KO on shapeshifting out of absolutely nowhere, and Drew to the bottom side. Another strike war win is all it takes. Kiliest had burst but did not use it. 2-0 for Platinum exclusive.
Yeah, I don't know why Kiliest didn't flip there. Is he saving it for next set, next game? I don't know. Does he realize it's their last game if they don't win?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough situation for Party Rockers 2 here, as Ego is picked up for Fudgy Waffles. Will be a lot more active, and importantly, that Ego is not on Kotone with that Asher character. And I don't know, this draft I don't think has the miracle that Party Rockers 2 need. They will have to start outplaying here.
That they will. That they will. I mean, Kiliest so far has been struggling a little bit on this Juno pick. I don't think he's actually quite comfortable on it as he is anything else, going from Era to... Oh, well, he's also not comfortable being on the map, I guess, but it's not what I was talking about. Oh, but it doesn't matter because Drew's not going to let me get a chance to yap because he is just breaking barriers, taking people, taking names, taking it all, and now we're going to see the little bit shot come into the portal now, though. It seems that they're going to be able to switch momentum a little bit here as they get it into the corner with Killiest and the Pat Splitter all there. Drew not able to get the shot off, and the shotgun from Jakar will stop that goal from going in. And a KO to boot from Katone.
Turning it around are the Party Rockers, but can they turn it around enough? They have two barriers to work with and a great Fudgy Waffles. And Drew, no, shape-shifting panics a little bit. The shotgun is a little bit off angle directly into the goal. That's not what you want to see when you are making the comeback here, but Drew was bearing down with a vengeance.
Unfortunately, some things are hard to flick because he doesn't know if he's going to go bottom or top there, and he just couldn't flick his mouse into the right spot at the right time. But this corner has the Juno Slimes, and it just has it all.
Killiest making it all happen with the slime, trying to make the comeback possible, but it's a long road ahead of him. Katone and shapeshifting with the flip available, but can they convert is the question, because Fudgy Waffles has the ego of speed walking up, but gets KO'd by Katone. Greed's a little bit too close to the wall. Katone now slowly, patiently playing the core, shapeshifting with a great save with the shotgun. Change of angle right there, and Katone doesn't even need the flip, saves it for next round as they take the lead in this set.
Definitely a turnaround set, honestly, for Party Rockers. They are finally, for once, in the lead here, set-wise, and they have two flips online.
Two flips available. Katone, though, is the one who greets this time. The flip vanishes into the void as a great jump by Killiest, maybe. Trying to find something, but Fudgy Waffles, ruthless with the Tofu Fortress, will keep the core up. And that means a barrier taken, another barrier taken by Drew. And the core continually being sent forward by Cows. This time the portal helping Party Rockers a little bit as Fudgy trying to make the clears. The log great in blocking the angles from Killiest as Killiest desperately trying to stay alive. The spark of resilience doing him a great benefit, but he will die on the other side of the portal. Striker advantage yet again for Platinum exclusive.
Yeah, and they're able to get these passes right here as we're seeing, and then the ball is gonna slide right under Shapeshifting's nose. Unfortunately, that can happen when you're in your shotgun animation. It can hold you there a frame or two long.
Yeah, but Party Rockers 2 not out of it yet, still pushing on the offense, still trying to get the core forward. But the portal play is not quite finding the barriers that they're looking for. The Molten Bolt finding the core. The damage found onto Drew. The KO converted by Katone, but can they convert it into barriers on the other side? Still trying to find them are the Party Rockers, and a great shotgun by shapeshifting, but misjudges where the core comes out from the portal. Cows with a flip available, a breakaway to the top side, and Platinum exclusive will take this series 2-0.
Wow, I mean, I guess they took it, which means that, unfortunately for Party Rockers, they did get 2-0'd. But fortunate for us, that means we are pretty close to being on schedule.
Yeah. Great performance by Fudgy Waffles in that game. Really locked it down, but I think the biggest highlight is Cows, I think, performed incredibly well in the midfield, despite being known more as a brawler player, I believe, historically. But really just making it so that Platinum Exclusive had most of the control that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think also, though, Drew was playing really well. I mean, he had the 10 KOs, but he also just had so many situations where he was winning and getting it through or tanking what he needed to tank. I think everyone on that team really just played exceptionally well.
Yeah, and with that, that's the end of this series as the replays go through, but yeah, the rebounds from Cows, the Strike War wins from Drew, and Fudgy Waffles with the Portal plays as well. It's just so hard to win if Platinum Exclusive are playing at that potential. And of course, as a reminder, Platinum Exclusive with a very expansive roster. They can make subs, they can swap out players for every situation. They're doing so quite efficiently.
Yeah, being able to swap characters and players for specific maps is definitely what you want to see. So that is very good, and they used it to their advantage, and because of that, they were able to win.
Yep, but we'll be heading to a short break while we wait for the next series. We'll see you then.
Yeah, we will take a short break. Bye bye for now.
Probably should have spoken about who does the intro. Hi, welcome to the North American Strikers Academy League. Today we're playing. We have this. Today I'm Liari with my co-caster, Lego Mage 15. Today,
Hello.
yeah. Do you know how to do handoffs? 'Cause I have no idea how to do intros for streams.
No, I think you did a pretty good job. It's NASA season 3, week 5. Got some solid games queued up. I mean, I believe our first game is Five Kais and Core Requiem, both coming in here today. I think the record is correct. It was Core Requiem is 2-2 and Five Kais is 3-1. I'm pretty sure. So both pretty solid standings. Coming in almost an even record, but I've seen Five Kais play a fair bit. Definitely entertaining. They've definitely put on some very solid games. So I'm curious to see if they can push their record even higher, or if Core Requiem will be the ones to come out with the W today.
Yeah, Five Kais is actually coming off of 3 weeks in a row of straight 2-1 wins, which is really cool. I like seeing games go the full three game. I like seeing series go the full 3 games. Core Requiem, they just played PLX last week, current number one in the league after beating Party Rockers just like an hour ago. Um, I think Core Requiem's going to be looking to bounce back and prove that they're basically a top playoff contender, while Five Kais is really trying to settle in as one of those potentially 4-1 teams, tied with Plink Plonk Bonanza if they win their game later today. Today's like a really important day in the league, with it being essentially the middle point of the league, where a lot of these teams are going to try and um, bring themselves ahead of the rest of the pack.
Yeah, falling behind now in this kind of midway final stretch is obviously not something that you want to see. And, since it's kind of the midway point, you can look at a lot of teams' records and kind of make a bit of a prediction on how the rest of the season will end up going. So certainly with Five Kais right now, and they're 3-1, they're looking to be in a very solid spot, kind of no matter what. But they definitely want to come out here with the strongest performance that they can. And it looks like the selected map will, in fact, be Night Market for game 1 here. So we'll see how that ends up going. But yeah, I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, I think a specific matchup I really want to highlight here is Loki NB versus Retry CX. They're both kind of these solo queue brawler players who never found like a competitive top team who could compete in NASA and NASL until this season. And I view them as like two players who are kind of came up around the same time, grinded a lot of solo queue, found teams that like meshed well together and are now proving themselves in NASA. Retry didn't come in until the other week. Um, and I think since then they've found another 2-1 win, and this is a roster they want to play with and the roster they're comfortable with. And I'm really excited to see if this week, now that it's I believe the second week retry is here, if he'll be really settled in and yeah, just ready to play the game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess speaking of retry, I saw him play last week. I saw him also in specialized training, I think, the other week as well, and definitely put on a very solid show previously in both of those. I think running that Zentaro most of the time, if I'm not mistaken. So going into this night market game, we'll have to see how it goes. Gemini, the goalie for the other side, though, Core Requiem, I think, yeah, Gemini's on Core Requiem, is as I've also seen them play before, and they are very solid on that defense. So we'll have to see if retry. It's going to be kind of the battle of retry versus Xeno Gemini here, and like you said, they do have Loki NB there to kind of match up as well. So I think this is definitely going to be an interesting one. Regardless, we are on that night market, so we could end up seeing one of those era boosted brawler comps or something, or maybe something a little more interesting. But regardless, we're about to be loading in real quick, so we'll know in a moment.
Yeah, Night Market, one of those maps that can really settle in for some long rounds. I think Dran versus Xeno is actually really interesting. They're both kind of the more defensive goalies of the league. And seeing Dran is one of those newer players, with Xeno having previous national experience and Dran only really coming in this season. Um, I think this is like a moment where Dran can really show, like, hey, he is a respectable top goalie. And I'm excited to see that because I feel like Jan has had some ups and downs throughout the NASA season so far. Some really good games, some games that were more unfortunate. And Xeno's kind of he's also had some really good games and some unfortunate moments in some games. And I think he's kind of a player who can be inconsistent at times, even if his highs are really high and he's really good. So I'm excited to see how these two goalies who both have a lot to prove, kind of, and a lot they want to show. And especially in Xeno's case, feels like the main carry of the team in a lot of ways. And on the Kazan here, a really fun goalie to watch will make the core go really zoom.
Yeah, absolutely. This Pauldron's 1-2 punch Kazan goalie here, starting Awakenings were 1-2 punch and Spark of Rizil, actually. So it's Striker Kai, Josh, and Dran going Spark, everyone else going for that 1-2 punch. And this is Striker Kai over on this Drakkar, which, weirdly enough, just the other week in OSOS, actually, there was a lot of night market games, and every single one had this like brawler Drakkar on it that ended up doing really well, which is something I hadn't seen really a lot until that point for some reason, but it ended up working. So we'll see if on this higher level, this NASA level, if Striker Kai ends up making this Drakkar go really hard in the midfield.
Yeah, Jakar and Era kind of have always been two good goal by Loki and be there with the dash punch, but Jakar and Era have always been these two traditional picks on Night Market where it's always been good maps for them. They're able to find really nice angles, abuse the middle speed well. Jakar in particular has a stealth thingy, it's hard to know where he is. Um, Striker Kai has usually been defaulting to picking the Drakkar when he doesn't have the Kai or just doesn't feel like picking it for whatever reason. I think it's definitely the pick that he feels that it seems like he has the most experience on, and I prefer it over his Octavia.
Ooh, but a big KO just came out from retry. But Loki NB with the dash punch in return. A goalie is down, but so is the Juliet. And energy is up for 5 Kais right now. Core flip coming out from Josh, but it's blocked by Striker Kai, as now Loki NB and Striker Kai are the ones with the energy online here, trying to make a play as Striker Kai pushing up in this top. Unfortunate, Loki and B burning the court there to try and survive, but Dran's going to find the KO anyway as Josh and Retry able to bring down a barrier. Striker Kai burning the core flip here in the midfield to try to buy a little bit more time for the Juliet to respawn. Just keep it out of the hands of Retry here, but Josh keeps feeding it up to it. Xeno Gemini, though, with the strike will get it out for now. But Josh in the midfield, dribbling, sending it down to Retry, goes for the bumper, goes for the dash punch, but Xeno Gemini with the overtime red core, able to get it out. And once again, retries again, but Xeno Gemini with the hook is able to save that. As now Loki NB trying to push into this bottom corner with it to try and bring down this final barrier. It's tough getting it through Josh, though, and Josh does have a core flip in the back, but it doesn't matter because a pass to Retry will find the point through the back line of Core Requiem there.
Good synergy by 5 Kais there, and there's two really important dynamics I want to highlight in this game. So, first, both Loki and Retry are both really good players at finding KOs. We saw that in the last round with Retry finding the great KO on Xeno, and then Loki finding the one on him in return. And then also, when the match hits overtime, it should theoretically be a lot easier for Core Requiem because they have the Kazan who can send the core really fast. And now a great offense here by Core Requiem.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that red core is going to go very hard, and Xeno Gemini does have a core flip up to defend here as well, but Retry has one in the pocket just the same. Josh needs to get it back up to him. Both core flips actually burnt over on the side of Requiem there, just trying to fight and survive. You know, Gemini's taking a lot of damage. Gonna go to the center a bit, play for his life a little bit, let the forwards kind of defend while Xeno regens here. They are putting up a very solid defense here. Retry will secure the barrier after a bit of a scuffle, though, as Josh bringing it down into the bottom. Retry will find the KO onto Xeno Gemini. It's just Loki and Striker Kai having to defend while their goalie is dead. Josh in this bottom corner, though, burning the core flip, sends it over to the bumper. Retry gets it out for now. Or sorry, Loki gets it out for now as Retry burns the flurry there. Xeno will respawn and try to push this once again. Loki with the core flip in the midfield. Dran able to block it. Down in the bottom now, Striker Kai bringing in the shotgun, but Dran still able to block it a little bit too far away there. But now it's Retry's turn to push into this top corner. Primary from Xeno to get it out for now. Dran pushing it down to the bottom. Josh passing it up, but Striker Kai is right there to cut that pass. Core flip coming out from Dran, but Loki MB with the flurry is able to get it through, but Xeno missed the dash and the hook, and it just goes right in off of the clear. That was unfortunate, but 5 Kais will bring it to set point.
Kazan, one of those characters who plays in the line a lot. Xeno, one of the original Kazan goalies, brought it into the forefront during his tournament win with this team in the Arcadian. And fun to watch. Got KO'd by Retry again. He's finding a lot of these really good dash punch KOs. And I think this is an early thing we'll be seeing a lot, where Xeno's he puts himself in a risky position, so he dies to dash punches, finds some KOs himself because he's Kazan. But more importantly, he has 1-2 punch. Dran has Spark of Rezo. We're seeing Xeno get staggered a lot and have to play around it. And Josh was a great primary there and core flip, almost finding the goal. Stuffing out Xeno, not letting me able to finish my thought. That's so unfortunate. And
you guys playing way too fast here today. They should really be more considerate, I think. But Retry going into this top corner once again. Xeno will be able to get it out of here, pass it up to Striker Kai, trying to get over to Loki NB, dribbling up, but Josh with a hit stun will stop that play from happening for now. And now Josh passing up to Retry, goes for the dash punch, but Striker Kai gets it out of there. As now Dran does have a core flip just in case to defend. He's going to send it all the way back over. Retry with the strike board to try and get it into the hands of Loki NB. Oh, but the cage from Dran is going to shut that down, and core flip coming out from Loki. He's staggered, but doesn't matter because he's going to find the kill here onto Retry in this 2v3. A pass from Xeno right to Loki to win the strike war. Will find the point as it's all tied up now in set point. And like you said earlier, these rounds are definitely going pretty long. We've seen overtime, I think, pretty much every round here. And when it does happen, it does give Requiem a pretty big advantage, you know, just with that Kazan power, really.
And Loki knows if he finds a KO there in a 3v2, the Kazan has so much space to hit the core around the map and guarantee goals. Great play there by Striker Kai. And you can see, like, so Retry found a great KO there on Striker Kai, but I really want to finish talking about Loki NB. He was able to find the max range dash punch flip KO while he was staggered. He's so confident, finding another KO alongside Xeno there. And you can just, I'm really excited to watch this team play because you can see they know their game plan. Now
yeah,
trying
absolutely. Yeah, now pushing this bottom corner. Striker Kai having to elusive that dash punch there. But Josh and Retry working their way back up the field, you know, bringing out the hook and the dribbling in the top corner. We'll use the Kazan special to clear it back out. And Xeno does have a core flip in the back pocket as the flurries come out from Retry. But Striker Kai able to get it out of there as Loki MB looking for a shot. Core flip comes out from Dran to save it, though. Josh passing up to Retry. Can't find anything off of that just yet. Brings out the now primary. But Xeno able to clear it down to Striker Kai. Loki with the dribble will get it right around Dran and find the shot into the top pocket as Core Requiem will take the first set.
That's a huge first set. Core Requiem, in my opinion, is a team that probably outscales. They have a lot of awakenings they can get that will be really strong, especially, okay, we see the Juliet hovering the Monumentalist. This is a deny from now. Probably, I mean, there's not that many amazing things for Julie here. The one big thing is that he doesn't get to, like, Josh has Spark build. He goes Spark anyway. I think now is a little weird to have as a Sparker because there's a lot of awakenings she wants. However, it's not the end of the world for him, and the Julie got forced into a really bad draft, which is going to be really unfortunate for him later on. However, Xeno Gemini now has Glass Cannon, and that's going to let him move around a lot more and be a lot more aggressive and just make so many more saves. Because Kazan goalie, he has, like, the hook, which is a really good defensive tool, and then he has, like, 3 abilities that kind of work, and Glass Cannon makes the dash feel a lot better, in my opinion, from playing him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely going to be, as we see right now, Xeno is pushed all the way up into this midfield, allowing Loki to go back and get that orb, just pushing up there with Striker Kai. 5Kais will be able to clear it out and save their barrier, but Retry is going to take a lot of damage for it down on this bottom side, and a primary from Josh will find the double ding onto Core Requiem. They have an open goal now, but Retry just needs to heal up a little bit more before they can get something really going here. Looks like Josh pushing into this top corner. Xeno Gemini having to try and keep it out of the hands of Retry. Going to be dealing a lot of damage, force some energy burned as Striker Kai and Loki MB pushing. Core Flip come out from Josh to send it all the way up, but Xeno Gemini with a Core Flip in return. Get it up to Loki NB, just keeping Retry permanently staggered and out of this play. Xeno Gemini is just dealing so much damage to him as Striker Kai and Loki NB still trying to bring down the second barrier. Core Flip from Dran clearing it out, going straight up and down with it as Loki NB will find the KO onto Retry after a pretty long survival there. Now Striker Kai pushing up from this bottom side, still can't bring down this barrier though, and it's going to go around Xeno Gemini, and he can't get back in time. Oh, that was unfortunate, but the defense there from 5Kais in that 2v2 that whole time was undeniably very solid.
A solid defense by 5Kais, and Xeno getting a little trolled by the core speed there, but like, it was actually almost savable because of Glass Cannon. I love this awakening. I feel like it enables you to do so much more, and Loki, so confident with those flip kills, does it to me all the time in solo queue. I really enjoy it. Feels so satisfying watching a Juliet player who's consistently confident in going for those, and Loki knows if he gets those, his team gets barriers, maybe two, and maybe even a goal.
We'll see. Striker Kai does have a core flip to use it, but Retry dribbling up, goes for the dash punch. It will be safe for now as Xeno Gemini still defending. If top barrier will go down, core flip comes out from Striker Kai, and with the bounce, Loki NB will find the dash punch for the point off of that rebound right through Dran.
Yeah, Dran almost with the secondary timing, opted to save the core flip. I think he was honestly really close to saving that with his secondary. I don't blame him. Mako has a lot of interactions into Juliet where if he just timed things right, you win out. And he opted for that there, feeling confident, unable to get it. Probably will get it next time.
Yeah, Dran does have a core flip still up as well, just in case. But one barrier will fall here. Core flip is just burnt immediately to stop the second one from going down. But Loki NB gonna have another try with the dribble into dash punch. Will open up that goal, but now Retry's turn to go for the shot. Will find it in the top corner to bring it down that barrier and open up both goals. And oh no, Josh with the backwards now primary. Oh, it blocked Dran's clear.
I've been there. He was trying to hit stun the enemy brawler. I don't blame him. It happens. You just move on. It feels really bad. Those are really risky primaries to go for, but he just kind of missed his flick on the primary. It was a good idea.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but I think both teams now have one kind of little oopsie goal to their name, so it all evens out, really. Retry coming back online here to defend this last barrier up, but Striker Kai in the bottom, going for the dribbles. Josh able to get it out and up to Retry. Xeno Gemini with the hook to clear it out, though, just utilizing all of those Kazan abilities on this defense to not let Retry touch this core. Is now Loki NB pushing up from the bottom. Core flip into punch to secure the barrier here. And now it's Retry's turn to try and go for a dribble, but Xeno Gemini once again just bringing out all the cooldowns to not let Retry even touch this thing ever. Because, I mean, a dash punch to the face is a great way to guarantee a goal, and the best way to prevent that is to just not let that happen ever. And now Xeno, with energy coming online soon, just needs to find a way to get it up to Loki here as we are in overtime now. Hook into strike, red core that almost finds it, but Retry finds a big KO onto Xeno Gemini as the barrier falls. It's just the forwards now for Core Requiem, having to ping pong this and buy a bit of time here. Striker Kai holding it down, Loki NB trying to punch it through. Big shot from Dran is saved by Loki NB here, and Xeno Gemini is back online, but they still are in a bit of a precarious situation. Core flip from Josh hits the center. Xeno shoots it down, but Retry is right there, and 5Kais will tie it up once again at set point.
Retry's putting in work. Xeno went up to score. It was set point. He had flip. It looked really likely, and Retry found the miracle KO. That was huge, game changing. And now 5Kais really wants to win the set. They don't want to go down 2 sets against this Core Requiem team that has a lot of good awakenings still to get when Manu is already gone for their now. And Retry finding another KO, obviously showing he wants this.
Yeah, absolutely. This game has been very close so far, and it's still anyone's match, but this draft is going to be very important. Xeno Gemini dashing a little bit too far. Unfortunately, missed the hook. It's going to get up to Retry, who's going to go for the core flip right into Dash Punch to find the point as 5Kais pick up well, not an easy set win, but a very clean round for the set win. And now Josh is the MVP. We'll see if there's anything on this board that can keep this momentum going.
Yeah, he has a lot of options here. I'm curious which one he'll take. Quick Strike makes sense. Egoist is still out there. And now they have a really easy win con to play for. Josh can either get Spark of Agility or Egoist and have a lot of room to work with. And additionally, his Juliet gets Stagger Swagger. So now they're going to be able to live longer. They can still die to edge KOs, and now that Loki has Prize Fighter, he might be able to find a little bit more power and build that up throughout the rounds into some really good edge KOs that'll catch Retry off guard. But I like that draft a lot for 5Kais, and I feel like it brings a lot of awakenings for them to look for later on in the game.
Yeah, certainly. That seems to be the game plan, no matter what. I think this game, I think a set 5 is a very real reality that we could be seeing here. So going for the long game is certainly a good option here. Josh earning a core flip here, but retry with the dash punch will open up the goal as Josh pushing up with the core flip. It is blocked point blank though by Xeno Gemini as Loki and B bringing out the prize fighter stacks will find one of those edge KOs here to make this a 2v3. Duran does have a core flip, burns it right here, but Striker Kai with the shotgun is going to block it anyway, passing up to Loki and B. Core flip on the goal line to find the point here for Core Requiem.
Yeah, and beautiful passing play by Striker Kai and Loki. I guess I kind of forgot to highlight this. Okay, so Striker Kai got Chrono, great awakening on Jakar, ulti lasts longer, great KO by Retry, so confident. He literally did that from halfway across the map. That's so cool. He saw that Loki had no evade and he just instantly went for it. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I got 5 hours of sleep, but now a great offense here by 5Kais trying to get the last barrier.
Strike War win there from Retry. That barrier will be gotten and forces out Xeno's core flip as well here. Josh bringing it up in the midfield, dribbling a bit, trying to get it past Loki and B, but Loki and B with the Strike War trying to bring it into the barrier. The cage comes out as Dran is still holding. The barrier will fall here though. Josh has a core flip up in the pocket, pushing up from the midfield here, trying to get it over to Retry, but Striker Kai just doing Drakkar things and not letting Retry even touch this core. Core flip from Josh is blocked by Striker Kai once again, but now passing it back up, trying to, but Striker Kai is just being an absolute menace in this midfield, but Retry in the top corner now will fire the core flip and a dash punch to secure it for 5Kais.
Nice try by Xeno, almost getting the defense. Striker Kai barely missed his shotgun, otherwise he actually would have got it. And I forgot to highlight this too, but Primetime on the Kazan is going to be a game changer. He's able to do so much more now having 2 hooks and Loki finding the KO. This offense could go really well. Sorry.
No, it's all good. That big KO from Loki will allow both barriers to come down here as Loki getting almost a core flip up as well. Retry going for the KO in return, but Loki did survive. Gets put in the cage for now though, gets staggered and is going to have to play for his life a little bit here. While Xeno and Striker Kai do their thing. Retry hunting down this KO on Loki though. Will find it into his own goal box, but Striker Kai in this bottom corner is a very dangerous thing and will in fact find the point off of the shotgun through the Mako secondary. Not quite enough force on that to stop the shotgun as Requiem will be bringing this to set point here.
Yeah, Jakar, notably actually pretty solid champion into Mako, can disable the secondary really easily and also just push through it with the shotgun. I think seeing how those interactions work, really interesting, and also Xeno with a great interaction in the primary there, finding the KO on retry. And there's these little KOs that Xeno's able to additionally find because he's playing Kazan that Dran hasn't really been able to find on the Mako. And in these longer rounds where the core is just moving everywhere, the goalies are holding forever, those little KOs matter a lot, and Dran barely losing the barrier, and now the goal. Unfortunately, thought he could save the flip. He had primary up, he had passive up. I understand it. The tempo, the level that Core Requiem played that sequence at was really fast. It was difficult to really know you need to use the flip. And now with this
Yeah.
draft, Jakar has a lot of options. I think he should probably go heavy impact. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that's fine. He goes rapid fire, which is still really good on him. I wanted to see him go heavy impact because now the Juliet has heavy impact. In his Juliet, there are 2 size awakenings available anyway. This gives Retry a lot of opportunity now to find bigger dash KOs. However, Kazan and Loki both got size, and that Core Requiem honestly kind of smurfs the draft, because now that Xeno has additional size, it's going to be really hard for Retry to work his way around the hooks that are just going to come out double since he has prime time, and I think it's going to be even harder for 5Kais to break this defensive Core Requiem team.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think that dash punch is definitely going to be kind of the end-all, be-all of finding a way to score through this big Kazan here. But in this midfield now, Retry trying to win some strike wars against Striker Kai, but keeping it safe, and does actually find a shot around Xeno, got stuck in the hook animation, and off of the rebound, Retry immediately goes for the dash punch and finds the point regardless in a very solid sequence of events there from 5Kais. Spread out, Xeno says. But Josh does have a core flip up now. So does Xeno, though. So there could be a little bit of trading going on here as the cage is going to come out from Dran to keep it on the defense. Loki passing down to Striker Kai, pushing this bottom corner. Retry going for the KO. Brings out the core flip and actually finds it on to Loki NB here. Now in this 2v3, Josh and Retry trying to push up, but Striker Kai doing everything in his power to just disrupt 5Kai's plans here. Loki NB is back online as Retry, though, in this top corner, goes for the dribble, brings out the flurry. Xeno able to get it out over to Loki and finds the KO. Loki with the dash punch onto Retry. They will get 1 barrier off of this play, seeing if they can go for 2. Xeno pushing up to this midfield a little bit, but they got to get it through Josh, who is running around as this now up and down this midfield line. Now Retry back online. Josh bringing out the core flip, trying to get it down to Retry, but Xeno with the hooks, keeping it held down on the defense as Retry now goes for the dribble. Xeno with the special, though, to send it back up, but Josh is right there, keeping the pressure on in this midfield as we go into this overtime now. Xeno still with a core flip, just in case, but in this top corner, it's a little bit dangerous. Xeno able to get it around Retry, though, and Loki will be able to find the barrier here and be the first to open up a goal. 5Kai's goal is open now. Xeno trying to get up with that red core flow coming out from Loki NB, but Josh is able to block it, but Loki will find a dash punch kill onto the Mako, and that should be enough to find the point here off of that little bounce.
Yeah, Loki's a player who's just always thinking about how can I KO the enemy, and you saw it there. Dran took 1 step too far back, and Loki instantly hits a dash punch, KOs him on the edge, and it's really scary because even if 5Kais win this set, actually, I made a mistake. I was about to say Josh can still get egoists and whatever, but he's actually on 5Kai, so ignore that. If 5Kais win this set, they're in a great spot. They can get some really good awakenings that could win them the game on the spot. So they're really looking to win this because this is the hard set for them. If they win this, they can definitely win the next one.
Yeah, there's certainly an element of tempo going in, but speaking of which, Retry burns the core flip as well, but finds the KO over onto Striker Kai here, putting it in this 2v3, and now Retry going for this barrier. Josh pushing up as well. Core flip comes out from Xeno, though, to keep both barriers standing. Josh will find a shot onto the top one here, though, as Retry is staggered, having to play for his life a little bit. Goes back, gets the orb, all healed up now to get back into play, and Josh finds a perfect shot onto the very top of that barrier to open up Core Requiem's goal, as Loki NB trying to go for barrier of his own. Core flip from Dran, though, to clear it back out, sending it all the way back over here, and Striker Kai with a strike whirlwind will find the barrier, though, as Loki NB goes for the dribble and finds the goal and the KO with the dash punch as Requiem bring it to match point.
Man, great KO there by Loki, and something vital here that is really important to note, really. The Demolitionist on Loki is giving him more space to work with against Dran, and now Dran kind of needs to have his passive up to strike war Loki, or at the very least his secondary. And either way, the spacing is a lot easier now for Loki to work with, and he has more options against Dran due to the size being equalized. Having size advantage, goalies like Mako and Rasmus really need that to function. And now open nets on on the side of Korequium. 5Kai is looking to bring this back.
Yeah, 5Kai's in a very strong spot in this round. Open net to 2 barriers still up. Dran has a lot of energy. Loki NB is pretty hurt right now, but energy is coming online for Requiem, and Loki with a big KO coming out onto retry. Does have a core flip up as well to maybe get something. Goes for the orb right now. Striker Kai keeping it in this bottom corner, keeping the pressure on. Will find the top barrier past Josh and earn a core flip in the process here. Trying to get it back up to Loki NB, but Loki just trying to run away from retry here, as retry will find the KO. Zeno forced to burn the core flip to clear it out of that situation. Retry going for a shot up top. Zeno with the hook to save it though, but this is a tight situation. 5Kai's looking to make this score happen here. Still can't quite find it yet though. Loki is respawning. Tran keeps sending it into this bottom corner, but Retry can't find a shot around this big Kazan. The range is just too much. Like, he's going to be forced, I think, to dash punch it through him, but there hasn't been a spot where that's been doable with this core moving so fast in overtime. But Josh pushing it up into this top corner. Maybe a shot here as Retry now in the bottom. Goes for the flurries, but doesn't hit the core, and Loki finds the KO onto Retry, shoves him into the goal box here as Zeno trying to get it back up to the forwards. But Josh keeps knocking it away in this midfield and does have a core flip of his own up as well. Retry will respawn as we are deep into overtime now. Striker Kai with the core flip blocked by Dran. Zeno with the hook will send it all the way back up and actually earn a barrier. Both sides opened up now as Zeno launching it so fast every time he clears it out. Core flip from Josh. No, but Zeno with the hook is able to save it from the top side of the goal. Gonna be a tough one though. Striker Kai needs to get it away from Retry, but Retry will win the strike war and red core it all the way in. Zeno Gemini's hook not quite fast enough for that one as 5Kais tie it up 2-2.
And it's gonna be really hard to score on Zeno if 5Kais is unable to set up plays. If Kazan can just hook it away, it's really easy for him to function. It's the longer plays when his net is under attack for like 10, 15, 20 seconds straight, that's when the Kazan goalie starts looking fake. In these little sequences, he's able to get so many hooks out, especially with the prime time, that is just able to, along with the 1-2 punch, get a lot of creative angles that then on the return in overtime finds barriers from the little holes in Tran's defense. Which, this is essentially the dynamic we see every single round, where Korequium plays on the back foot unless they find a KO till overtime, and then all of a sudden they start finding these little barriers and these holes in 5Kai's defense, and now looking to close out the game as overtime is about to hit.
Yeah, 6 seconds until Fast Kazan comes online. Core flip from Striker Kai, trying to send it over to Loki and B. Josh kicks it right back though as Retry brings out the flurries into dash punch. Will find the barrier. We're in a very similar situation to last round. 2 barriers up for 5Kais and an open net on the side of Core Requiem as Retry pushing up. Goes for the punch, doesn't have a dash up as Zeno is able to clear that one out. Red cores it all the way over to the other side to find a barrier, but Retry dribbling, goes for the dash. Zeno is able to clear it out though. Loki NB still has a core flip up, but can't find a good spot to use it. Josh dribbling it up, bringing it into the corner where Retry with the flurries will find the point, and we are going into a set 5 here. This game could not be closer.
Yeah, every set is going the distance, it feels like. And great setup there by 5Kais, managing to just exhaust the Kazan's abilities, find a really nice setup in the corner that Kazan just doesn't have the hitboxes to pull it through. And now Mako picking before Kazan, able to deny him the team player. Meanwhile, Kazan decides to deny the Egoist from the quick strike now, who is now instead able to get 3 sparks and Timeless Creator. Notably, going for Spark of Agility over CDR, which is probably correct, but the one thing he doesn't have is cooldown reduction. That is the one kind of advantage 5Kai Core Requiem can still think about. And yeah, what's that?
Oh, no, my bad. But I would say, no cooldown is a little bit rough on the now, but it's gonna have to. Josh is gonna have to rely really on like positioning and striking and using the abilities, because they are now very strong abilities, just using them well because their value has gone so far up. But a big KO from Loki NB will just make it that Josh doesn't get to use abilities for the next few seconds, as they're looking to push for this barrier here. Cage from Duran to buy a bit more time, getting it back over to Retry, who has taken a fair bit of damage. Core flip from Duran to send it all the way back over, but Xeno's Egoist has popped now, burning the core flip here, sending it down to the bottom. Loki NB will find the dash punch for the barrier. Beautiful play there from Core Requiem, but now they need to finalize this point. Loki does have a core flip up, but needs to not get KO'd by Retry. Pushing in this top corner, will burn the core flip and into a punch to find the point.
Confidence by Loki there, just punching it right in as soon as he flips, basically. Dran caught in the primary, held it a little too long, almost found the save. And so yeah, Josh has a really strong build. If I have Quick Strike and Timeless on now, I'm happy. He also has 3 Sparks on top of that. And 5 Kai's coming back strong in this round. However, Retry gets staggered during an entire onslaught and now is dead. And Korequium in a 3v2 with a barrier advantage and flip advantage is looking to settle to bring this to match point.
Yeah, core flip now coming out from Striker Kai. Gonna be blocked by Josh, but Loki NB is still in a very solid position. Will win the strike roll for the barrier, but Striker Kai does go down as Xeno Gemini. It becomes the new midfielder. Pops the Egoist as well. Pushing up, goes for the hook, goes for the core flip. It's blocked by Josh, though. Loki NB, though, fell back to defend this, as now Josh and Retry trying to make a push of their own onto this bottom barrier, but Retry taking so much damage, and Xeno Gemini still able to hold it down with the strikes. There goes Striker Kai finding the KO onto Retry, and the bounce from Xeno Gemini, it hits the demon angle. Dran couldn't reach it with the primary. Oh, that's unfortunate, but Core Requiem now on match point, 2-0. 5 Kai is going to have to fully reverse sweep this set to take game 1.
And it's scary. You're against a Kazan. He finds those random goals. Now you have to hope he doesn't find those random goals for 3 rounds in a row. And Retry already not off the map. Xeno with core flip, Egoist, glass cannon, speed. He's going to be looking to go up any second now.
Yeah, big position here for Core Requiem, as a pass from Xeno will find one barrier. Striker Kai passing to Loki, and will find another. Core flip from Xeno sends it into the bottom corner. Loki brings out the flurries, and that's going to be enough for Core Requiem to take game 1.
A decisive final set after a really close game. It's gonna feel bad if you're 5 Kais, but I think you have the rest of the game to look at and be happy about. That, like I said earlier in the match, felt like a game that was really hard for 5 Kais to scale and win. They were able to find some good drafts that enabled them to have win cons to play for during set 5. Set 5 was just kind of a wash. It was really unfortunate. Somehow Josh with 460 redirects.
That's insane.
Okay. I don't have words for that because like he's not against Atlas, right? Like I don't know where he farmed those redirects. That's insane.
Yeah. 460 redirects and 116 shots on Josh, and 51,000 damage. Josh had the most damage in the game. There was 1-2 punch Kazan goalie, and Josh had more damage on now. Okay. I mean, that's pretty impressive, I guess, but
Yeah, the triple spark of strength from round 1 coming in clutch. And besides that, sorry, I'm like so mind virus on Josh. He had 460 redirects and lost. That sucks. But anyways, Xeno Gemini on the side of Korequium put in work. He had some really unfortunate self goals and moments, but I think you saw he was trying to do a lot. He would walk up, kind of play second midfield, and enable Striker Kai and Loki even more. Striker Kai also, I think, yeah, sure, you can say Josh had almost 100 more redirects, but Striker Kai had 380. So I don't think there's too much to complain about if you're Striker Kai. Obviously, like your goalie is playing more up, so you're gonna get less redirects because you're funneling to him more. And also, I think Striker Kai is a player with a lot to prove because when people look at this team, they feel like it's Xeno Gemini, the KO machine Loki NB, and Striker Kai just sitting there, and sometimes popping off on Kai. And I feel like in this game, he put in a midfield performance. He had some mistakes, he had some unfortunate moments, but a lot of the time, he was just playing the game. He was being a midfielder. He was setting up his team, enabling them, and sometimes scoring. And for this game too, I'm excited to see how it continues and if Five Kais can bounce back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Josh aside, the stat lines are very eerily similar. Retry and Loki, both on the Juliet, have almost identical stat lines. Loki's just a little bit higher, a few more goals. Did pull out 16 KOs this game, but the damage, the shots, and the redirects are pretty much exact. The goalies as well are pretty similar, but yeah, Striker Kai and Josh both put in a lot of work this game, and Josh just coming in with insane numbers like this, and still managing to not win is pretty insane. But I guess it just goes to show. I mean, Core Requiem just I don't know. They just pulled it together in those little moments. I guess like you're saying earlier, those little KOs, those little those small interactions that end up being the game changers. And I think we saw it right there. So going into game two, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up going into a game three. Honestly, this seems like this is going to be the story for today is long games, long series between these two teams. Seem to be pretty much on par, but yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes as it looks like Atlas's Lab will be our next map.
Yeah, especially with two defensive goalies, that I'm expecting this Atlas Lab game to go pretty long. And I'm assuming I didn't quite catch the bans last game, but I'm assuming Five Kai's banned Kai last game. I'm wondering if they opt to ban Kazan because it felt like how they were losing the game was basically just the round would go on too long. They lost a few rounds other ways, but that was like how they lost most of the rounds. It just went on too long. The Kazan made the core go really fast, found little holes in their defense, and things got rough. I'm wondering what adaptations they'll make and if we'll see a change in the bans. And obviously, the awakenings matter a lot here. Core Requiem rolled 1-2 punch last game. That felt like exactly what they wanted. The 1-2 punch on their Kazan, Dran just being forced to go Spark of Brazil and not really doing much for him. We'll see what comes into this game. And with a Zentaro ban, that being banned away from retry, it probably just because that's kind of his main, but it does. I do wonder if there's a supercharge start.
It could be. They did ban Zen last time as well. It was Zen Kai both of these games, it seems. So it could just be a comfort band pick. But I guess we'll know in a minute as we do have a Naumir going on. A Julie and an Aimi also here for 5K. Looks like Dran on that Aimi goalie. And everyone has just gone rapid fire. It was, in fact, a rapid fire start. Josh back on the now retry, back on the Juliet as Zeno looking to switch it up a bit, going for the momentum boots now goalie. Striker Kai on the Drakkar again, and Loki NB now playing X. So almost similar. Bit of change in goalies here. So we'll see how this ends up going. Could see a little bit more aggression coming out from the side of 5Kais with Dran on that Aimi. We'll just have to wait and see as the first round is usually not a great indicator of this, but right here, retry passing up to Dran, bringing out the cat cannon. Will find the second barrier as Josh bashing to retry, brings out the flurries, and off of the redirect from Zeno, will find the first point here as 5Kais essentially just take first blood.
Yeah, cute goal by retry. Spams all his abilities and it works. Sometimes all you need to do is press every button, and it looks good, especially in those kinds of moments. I actually like the comp from 5Kais more here. I feel like I think Rapid Fire is a really game warping starting awakening, and Red Team with Now and Aimi are just able to abuse that so much, and I feel like Aimi gets a ton of value from Rapid Fire and is able to impact the game a ton. Normally, Dran plays defensive goalies. He plays more melee stuff like Dubu or Atlas, and I'm excited to see how he can impact the game on this Aimi, which I know he's pulled out a few times before. I've seen him on it, but with Rapid Fire, I want to see him go forward a lot.
Yeah, it'd certainly be a bit of a different story from last game in terms of what Dran is doing. But Zeno pushed all the way up to apply some aggression of his own and force it right in. And with Striker Kai getting the goal there and Loki pulling out a KO, looks like Core Requiem just firing right back with a pretty solid point of their own, as I think the stage has been set here of what we could expect. I think Dran and Xeno are going to be looking to play a lot more aggressive this game, have a lot more of that forward presence than we saw last time. So Retry, though, has taken a lot of damage on all of these rounds here. They will get one barrier down with some help from Dran's ult here, but Retry just getting knocked around in this backfield. Striker Kai, though, able to win in that 2v2 with the shotgun and bring down the barrier, as Retry once again getting knocked around before he can make any real plays here. Dran just passing it over to Josh, trying to get something going, but Retry is just not available to receive a pass right now with all three members of Core Requiem up on 5Kai's side of the field, and Loki NB is just gonna be able to just punch it right in. Xeno on this now is actually becoming like a third forward almost every time his ult is off cooldown. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, Zeno, I played with this guy before. He's a defensive goalie, but he loves to go forward. It now enables him with that ultimate to go up and make those plays that he always wants to do. He's just too busy holding every goal. Except for that barrier, but the first barrier is fake, so that doesn't matter. And now, Striker Kai barely surviving that dash punch. Now, 5Kais is out of a lot of abilities. Dran almost able to find the out, barely dies for it, however. And it does stall the play long enough for him to possibly come back in time. Josh unfortunately wasting the flip, and they lose the barrier, but they're able to hold until Dran comes back, who's now able to instantly get the last barrier. And this is a favorable spot for 5Kai, still a scary one. Luckily, Loki wastes the flip, and now Striker Kai kind of lets it in.
Oh,
It happened.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate there. Went for the shotgun. The shotgun didn't quite hit and was stuck in the animation. And it was just enough energy to give him burst as well. So it ended up just kind of going past. It's a little bit unfortunate there, but it is tied 2-2 once again. Both teams just firing back and forth with these goals here. Requiem will be the first ones to bring down a barrier. Core flip from Striker Kai. It will be blocked by Josh, though, as, you know, trying to get it up to Loki. Loki passing it back down. They're just looking for a good passing play here. Looks like they find it off to Striker Kai, up to Loki to get the barrier, and immediately pops the X Maximus and just goes straight for the point. Dran not having any cooldowns to reach that, as Requiem will take set 1 and Loki NB the MVP.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and they barely were able to get the core around 5Kais and find the barrier and the goal. And now this is looking like a really scary draft. I want to see. Yep, X goes for the ego as Quick Strikes is still up. There's so many good awakenings left on the board. He has rapid fire. It's so easy to farm energy as X, and now he's going to be looking to impact the game a ton. Dran, meanwhile, able to get the twin drive is going to let him play a lot more like Xeno is. He's going to go up more, he's going to find more offensive plays, and he almost found an offensive play into a goal last set. And I want to see Dran able to convert those now. That's how 5Kai is going to win this game. If the IME can out forward pressure, then now. And he has the tools to do so.
Yeah, definitely. But with Retry going down here, it's going to be a little bit difficult for the next couple of seconds. Just looks like they're playing for time. Josh in this top corner will win a strike war, and looks like he's going to get a barrier off of it as well, as Xeno was pushed very far up there. Now, Dran teleporting down to the midfield, isn't quite able to retain core control, but Josh trying to get it over to retry. Striker Kai is up in this midfield, though, just interrupting all of these passes, but Josh has a core flip in the pocket, as Striker Kai needs to make sure that there is not a position where the Now can use that to secure something. Just dribbling in the top side, trying to get it over to Loki, but he's in double coverage right now and having a bit of trouble getting it through. Core flip comes out from Josh, is blocked by Striker Kai, as Requiem still able to hold down this barrier, as both teams having a little bit of trouble getting a big offensive push going, but a cyber strike from Dran will bring down that barrier, and the goal is finally open now as we go into overtime. Josh in the top with the dribbles, trying to get it up to Retry, but Retry is taking so much damage. Dran, though, with the cyber strike, brings out the core flip, can't find the goal, as Striker Kai and Xeno trying to push it back out of the situation. Retry is trapped up in this top corner, no energy, does get Xeno's core flip, but will die for it. Now in the 2v3, Striker Kai and Loki looking to push from this top side. Loki has a core flip up, but the glitch pop from Dran cut the pass and sent it into the goal. 5Kais will take the first point.
I make glitch pops. They're terrifying. They do so much, especially when you're playing an Aimu who has Rapid Fire and Twin Drive. He has so many cooldowns. He's able to do so much instantly on kickoff, dumping the turret, dumping all his abilities, looking just like my goalie Lily. But great performance. And now finding the second barrier too. This is what I want to see Dran do. Great goal by Retry, finding a dash punch KO. Xeno with no evade, no way of defending that unless he perfectly places the mine. However, Korakuim can still come back into the set. They do have a flip on Loki, but it's still really scary. They don't have meter on any other person on their team, and Five Kais is about to have 3 flips.
Yeah, definitely going to be a little bit of a tough situation. Five Kais only needs to get this point to end the set and reset the board, essentially. And with Josh having a core flip up now, Retry going for the dash punch and can't quite get far enough on it to secure the barrier yet, though, as the core kind of floating in no man's land. Will be Retry and Five Kais trying to recover. That core flip comes out from Loki, but it hits the air, unfortunately. Is now Dran passing it back up to Retry. Double core flip comes out, finds the KO, and the barrier here flurries from Retry. Doesn't quite get the goal yet, but this is a 2v3 now as Five Kais looking to end this set, and there we go. A pass from Dran to Retry will find the punch to get it in as Five Kais takes that set decisively 3-0.
Yeah, that was a really decisive set from Five Kais. Exactly what I honestly, exactly what you want to see. How Dran started playing that set with the Twin Drive was really good. And obviously, like, the rest of his team is also performing. You see he's last pick on his team. And Josh is able to find Monumentalist, which is an absolutely game-warping training on now. We saw the Juliet deny it from him last game, taking a useless training to make sure he didn't get it. And now with Manu, I expect Josh, who put in a ton of work last game, to put in more work. Meanwhile, the enemy now is forced to deny the extra special from Dran, who just takes Spark of Strength because he's now going to do so much damage with all of his abilities. And already quickly finding the barrier. This feels like the tempo swung so much from these two drafts and from how good Five Kais is now playing.
Yeah, Five Kais definitely made away like bandits on that one. That Monumentalist now is going to be very scary here. Loki NB, though, pushing up with the X Maximus. It's not enough, though. Five Kais able to get it out of that situation and actually earn the barrier and open up the goal as Loki NB goes for another push. Is instantly shut down by Dran's turret, though. And Dran with core flip up now. Cyber swipes up, sends it into retry. Xeno Gemini able to clear it out, though. But Loki is staggered as Dran goes for a KO. Loki still able to survive. Josh passing up to retry, getting it, trying to get in this top corner. But now in the bottom, Josh with the core flip will be the one to find the point here as Five Kais still looking very solid and managed to keep that second barrier up that whole time as well. They're looking to be in a very good spot this set.
Such a hard setup to save for Xeno. However, correctly, I'm at finding the kill on Josh, who's the only person on Five Kais, sorry, not Josh, but Richai, who's the only person on Five Kais to be close to flip. And now Korequium has 2 flips. Their third is Loki, who can definitely generate a lot of energy. And it's just a really scary spot to be in this round for Five Kais, unless Korequium doesn't get value from their flips. However, Loki finds the angle, gets both barriers. Xeno core flips it on the other side. Dran unfortunately glitch pops it in, but that was a really good angle by Xeno and pretty hard to see.
Yeah, that was one of those little corners right off of the bumpers are very deceptive on whether it's going to bounce back away or if it's going to end up going in. So unfortunately, Dran kind of lost the coin flip on that one, but Requiem will bring down the first barrier pretty quickly here. Five Kais firing back with the barrier of their own, though. The turret comes out from Dran up in the top side. Striker Kai is trying to get out of this corner, but retry winning the strike wars. Dran teleporting up to keep the pressure on. It is Loki NB trying to get it out, but Striker Kai will go down to retry as Dran passing up to Josh as they push this top corner. The barrier will fall, and there are 2 core flips up. Looks like retry going for the core flip. Yeah, it's just going to send it right in. Not much Requiem could have done about that one. Five Kais will bring it to set point.
Richai found a goal that looks suspiciously like Josh's goal from this round, where it just kind of core flipped it in the middle of the net. And I like those goals. You just kind of push the enemy back and get a guaranteed goal. It feels really good. And Josh finding the amazing core flip angle, getting the double barrier, that's one of the things on Alice Lab that you need to feel confident doing if you want to say that you're good at the map. And Josh showing he's good at the map.
Yeah, definitely. That double barrier angle consistency is very strong on this map, but Loki NB does have a core flip up. Dran fires the core flip first, though. Can't get it out of the corner, though, and Loki pushing back up. We'll grab the second barrier, and core flip pass down to Striker Kai to find the point. What a play from Requiem to find that point, and now tying it up 2-2, 1-1. I mean, they're just keeping it as close as it can be.
Yeah, and Forward Synergy coming in there from Requiem in this really close game. They've been playing together since that, I think, second Arcadian that they won together. This has been a team with a lot of experience together that sure hasn't scrimmed like that entire time or anything, but they've been thinking about playing with each other. They feel confident, they know this is their team, and they're pushing forward now. Striker Kai barely living from that core flip. That's huge. He's about to have core flip himself. Loki too, about to get the Egoist proc. This round could start looking really scary for 5 Kais unless something happens, like Gale.
Yeah, Striker Kai dribbling it up in this top side. Gonna be earning core flip soon as well. Loki with the core flip into Bull Rush will secure that barrier. Striker Kai popping the black hole there, giving them a little bit more room as Striker Kai's core flip is up, but Dran cyber swipes up, brings out the cannon, brings out the glitch pop, but Requiem holds all 3 members on the defense, able to hold down that barrier and push back up. Dran able to save it out of the shotgun, but still in a tight situation as we enter overtime. And now Retry and Josh on the top side looking to bring down this second barrier finally. Will get it here. Now Dran with the glitch pop, sending it back over, trying to not let Loki NB get it, but with a dribble into X Maximus, will find a shot into the bottom side regardless. And Requiem takes their second set.
Yeah, Loki played that so well. On the flip, he walked to the side to dodge abilities because when X is in that bull rush, he can get hit. His invulnerability from core flip ends, and then he instantly farmed a ton of meter, became a huge threat, and then just found the goal without even needing the meter, without needing to proc the Egoist. And just by finding all energy, he was so threatening. It's really hard to play around someone who's about to get the Egoist proc. And now this whole draft has almost gone by. The most important thing to highlight now was forced to deny specialized training from X. No one really got an insane awakening that they won a lot, except somehow Rapid Fire fell down to the second to last pick X, who has Prime Time fell down to him when he has Rapid Fire on a Rapid Fire start. That feels like a drafting mistake. I think Julie took Hotshot instead of Rapid Fire, which due to the Rapid Fire start, you definitely want to take Prime Time here. Stumbled over my words a bit, but yeah, Rapid Fire Prime Time, good combo.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of passing plays just came out there from Requiem, but 5 Kais was able to hold it down until Retry respawned here. Going to be having core flip up there, but Dran also has a core flip. It's going to bring out the turret, but Requiem still holding all 3 members once again on this defense, able to hold it down as Striker Kai brings out the core flip, sends it all the way back over to clear it out. Dran trying to get up to Retry, but teleport from Xeno Gemini to strike it back over to the forwards. Core flip from Dran to send it back, and Josh with the core flip now. Xeno responding with a core flip in return, down to Striker Kai, is staggered, will get KO'd here as Loki NB pops the X Maximus, trying to go for this goal, but just can't seem to sink it in. Josh saving it from the top corner once again. Black hole pops, it's just Xeno Gemini as Loki goes down and Retry now dribbling, does have a core flip up, brings out the flurries to send it over to Josh, but Striker Kai with the shotgun to send it out. But Dran keeps sending it back over to Retry, finds the core flip, but the Xeno's now primary is able to send it out and block that one. We are in overtime now. The black hole pops once again, and a lot of damage is taken, but Retry off of the little bounce there will find the punch for the point there for 5 Kais.
Yeah, and 5 Kais is not letting the pressure stop. They keep going forward. They keep trying to find stagger KOs. Dran literally blinking on the middle thing to hit Striker Kai and pop it to just do so much damage to him. And you can just tell 5 Kais really wants this win. They're 3-1 in the league. They want to go 4-2. They want to beat another playoffs contender. And they need to bring this game back and bring it to game 3.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a tough one, but they do have a point up here. Dran burns for the core flip. It is blocked though, but they still have a bit of momentum here. Trying to clear it down to Striker Kai, but core flip from Josh to try and pass it up. Striker Kai interrupting the pass twice here. Dran finally able to get it over, but Xeno with the mine will block the dash punch as Loki looking for this barrier, but Dran is able to clear it out of that bell ringer. Brings out the Cyber Stripes, but Loki with the bell ringer into dribble, goes for it again, but can't quite find it. Striker Kai, though, able to keep sending it into this bottom corner to keep this play alive, and there we go. Popsy X Maximus will secure the barrier and goes right into the bull rush to find the point.
Yeah, this is a primetime rapid fire Egoist X. He builds up so much energy already, almost back at meter, when his allies both have flip. It's so hard to deal with these rounds now. 4 or 5 Kais. They have to just... If the round doesn't instantly end, they have to deal with so many resources. Just running at them, rotating constantly. And now Korequium is able to find a kill there in a 3v2. Loki's about to get his flip, and we can see them run away with the round.
Yeah, all 3 members as well, able to just push that barrier and take it on that 2v3 situation. And with Loki's Egoist popped now, Dran with the core flip, though, will bait out Loki's core flip and keep the barrier up for now, but there's so much damage coming out onto Retry right now, trying to fire back with some damage onto Loki as well. And Loki is staggered, but will survive as Striker Kai still keeping the core in that pocket, able to push it out and get the barrier, but an unfortunate clear from Xeno. They will be losing a barrier of their own. Both sides open in 6 seconds till overtime as well. Dran versus Striker Kai, able to clear it up into the corner, but Striker Kai with the core flip. It's blocked by Josh, though. Dran cyber swiping up, trying to find a shot, and Retry going for the dash punch, but it hits the now primary. Loki NB has a core flip, will burn it here, goes for the bull rush, goes for the shotgun, but Dran is able to block it. Struck with the shotgun there, sending it back over to Retry. It's going to bounce off the corner. Striker Kai getting it over to Loki, and will find the angle through the IME turret for the point as Requiem bringing it to match point. One more point to take the series.
That was the most cursed looking angle, but still great. And now, Korequium, Loki is every single time he uses core flip, it's basically already back up. And it's so overbearing. Already both barriers down. Korequium looking to end the game.
Yeah, and a bounce around the backside there is going to allow Xeno to just send it back over with the core flip. Just try and keep this pressure going, but now Retry and Dran pushing that bottom barrier. They will get one here. They're looking to get a second one, but Loki with the bell ringer able to shut down that play. They're going to have to get it back up to try and find a play of their own, and Retry does have a core flip in the pocket, but dribble from Loki, baits out the core flip from Dran, and just sends it right in. Requiem take the series.
Confidence by Loki there, just dribbling, finding the hole in the IME's defense, making her waist flip, and that was a great performance by Korequium, bouncing back after the loss to PLX last week, and showing, hey, like this is 5 Kais. They were 4th in the league before this game. Korequium obviously showing they're easily a top 4, top 6 team in playoffs contention. That they're currently, I believe, 4th in the league now, or tied for it after that game. And now it's... This is like exactly what Korequium wanted, because if they lost this game, they would be 2-3 and their season would look so much harder. They would still have a really good shot at playoffs because they have the head-to-head over PP Legends and, games left to play and all that. But with this win, their playoffs run looks extremely more secure with their head advantages, and over the next few weeks we'll see how they develop and if they try and find more identities for themselves, or if they keep going with these picks that I feel like we've seen them on consistently, either the now Kazan or Atlas for Xeno, sometimes Mako, the Drakar Kai for Striker Kai, and the X or Juliet for Loki has really been their picks, and I'm curious if they'll diversify things in the next few weeks or not.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be interesting to see. I mean, if today is anything to go by, they definitely are hitting a little bit above their weight class on these picks here. So, sometimes it's like, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. But at the same time, there's, you could definitely, learn and evolve and start to outgrow things as you come together as a team. And I mean, I'm just looking at these stats. this time Striker Kai did manage to out redirect Josh. So did validate himself as the winning midfielder here, I guess. But
Yeah,
it was
Striker High. He had double size, which is obviously like a big advantage, but he was against a monumentalist now. And beating a monumentalist now in redirects is really impressive, and that he deserves some credit for that for sure. And I think Five Guys will definitely be looking. This loss doesn't it impacts our playoffs, but they're the same score as Core Requiem. They're basically in the exact same spot. I think this team is really exciting and developing, and they have a lot more games left to play in the season. I'm excited to see where they go. Our next match, though, Plink Plonk versus the Fools. I am really excited for this.
Yeah, should be a good one for sure. I think the record, what Fools is like on a losing streak though, aren't they? They're like 0-4 or something, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
they are 0-4. They've had a lot of really close series. Three of those matches went the full 3 games. Similar to Five Kais, they just weren't able to win them. I think they're definitely like I'm friends with the folks on the Fools. They've definitely had like rough losses, and they're having a bit of a season. I think they still have a lot of games left to play. Now, Plink Plonk, I'm incredibly biased. I'm their coach. I'm one of their coaches along with Lily Bun. I think they're a great team. There's so much to talk about with them. I think they're really cool, but the Fools, they have a good shot. They're able to win this. They are a more traditional team than Plink Plonk is. They play more of like the Dubu Mako era type of characters, whereas we'll see Plink Plonk probably pull out like the Kazan goalie or something. And if the Fools is able to just consistently play to their win con, make the game go long, and feel themselves, they can definitely win. Meanwhile, Plink Plonk, this is a really interesting little fun fact. J Dog found a way to make his ping consistent on Denver recently. He's a player who's known for getting anywhere between 60 or I think it's 72, 60, or 90 to Denver, and it can all vary wildly, and it's often the higher amount. Right now, my understanding is that it's consistently 60 because of something he did the other day. And I'm really excited to see him pop off because in the Westie Draft League, in last week's games when he was on West Coast, even though Plink Plonk lost, they had a sub in, and I think Just Logan was the one who was subbed out, and he's like a superstar player on this roster, so it was a little hard for them. But J Dog had a really good performance in that loss with good ping, and I really want to see what he looks like on not as good ping, but still pretty good ping.
Yeah, that'd be definitely interesting to see how that goes for sure. I mean, yeah, I've seen these teams play before. I don't remember everything. It was a while ago, but I am excited to see where this one goes, and it's kind of interesting. You said you bring up he found a way to make his ping consistent. That's kind of funny, but I think I saw J Dog play either last week or the week before. I think it was the week before, and was definitely doing some very solid stuff. Even having a bit of a disadvantage, but yeah, definitely interested to see where this match goes. I would love to see Fools bring it back and find a W. You just don't want to see a team go 0-5, especially when you know that they're a solid team at heart. They play well. They have close games, but have trouble maybe closing out those important points. So, I would like to see the underdogs bring this one back for sure. But regardless, I think this is gonna be a heater.
Right, sorry, I was figuring out which lobby we're supposed to be in. We are switching lobbies, by the way. Check the chat for the new code.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so Oh, Five Kais has Coin playing instead of 3DS. I know 3DS has been having internet issues lately. Coin is the roster. I believe they qualified with Coin and Hippojust. I could be remembering wrong. Um, Coin, a Rasmus player. I don't know if I've seen them playing much lately. They're on the SLU roster. Hopefully I got their name right. With Zoro in Collegiate in CCL, which is starting soon. Should probably watch that. Um, he is a solid player. He's good. I don't think he's as strong as Three Deaths, or at least as experienced with the team nowadays as Three Deaths is. And they have very different character pools. So I'm interested to see how they end up bringing Coin in and bringing up to speed with how they play the game nowadays versus when they qualified for NASA, which feels like months ago at this point, probably because it was. And
Hmm.
yeah, but
What?
besides that, sorry.
Oh no, nothing. I was just gonna point out the map, but
Oh
you got
yeah,
something else.
maps are great. I love maps.
Yeah, no. So, it looks like it's gonna be a Gates pick, if that is
Oh,
correct. It looks like we're
yeah.
actually gonna be going back to Gates of Obscura, which, I have not seen a game on Gates in a good while. It's been out of rotation for a minute. A lot of people just ban it or don't pick it, so I'm definitely excited to see this.
Yeah, picked by the Fools. So I'm really curious to see how they end up playing on this map. I do want to point out highlight here. So the maps are Gates Oni and Imezap. The Fools ban Night Market, which is a really unique ban into Plink Plonk because they've banned Night Market in almost every game they've played. Um, I don't think Plink Plonk is really a Night Market team. I think I'm excited to see how Gates goes for the Fools. I hope they have a game plan going in. And Imezap Game 3 I think is also a really good map for them with Coin being a Rasmus player. So I actually think even though they banned Night Market, which is a bad map for Blink Plonk, they still got a really good map draft. And especially if they have a good gate strategy, I don't know how much Blink Plonk has practiced this map, and I can see them kind of getting exploded, going to Oni, and we'll see how that game goes because I think that is a Plink Plonk flavored map. But Imezap is really scary for Plink Plonk, in my opinion, and we'll see how it ends up going for them. Meanwhile, Warren Gates, the Juno for J Dog goes unbanned. Oh my god, we're gonna see the J Dog Juno. This is insane. I think maybe the first time we've seen this in NASA. And he's on good ping. He was formerly known as a Juno One Trick. Nowadays, he also plays IME, and I am so excited to see him actually pull this out in the first game.
Yeah, they went for the Kazan ban against Moffin here. So on that Rasmus goalie over on Gates, Gates does seem to be a bit of a creation favored map. Dubu can be very strong on this map, which it looks like Fools have picked. But I'm curious to see how this Rasmus goalie ends up going. I think if anyone can pull it off here, it is Moffin and this team. So we'll see how that goes as taking a look at these awakenings. It is, in fact, a primetime prize fighter start. Everyone going primetime except for just Logan. Went for the prize fighter on that Asher. But we're starting off with the blue diagonal variant here. Both teams kind of looking to keep it onto their top side of the map, so bottom side for red team. But right here, just Logan able to kind of push that barrier, shove in that corner, and get one barrier down. Coin, though, with a big double barrier coming out. Fwap passing up to Coin, bringing out the Whiplash. Will be able to strike Warmoff and Koei there for the first point going over to Fools.
Clean goal by Coin there. Great play. Yeah, Moffin Covey, known as someone who doesn't play those Boo type goalies, he has his character pool and he sticks to it. Rasmus though has a good matchup into Rasmus Forward, who is now dead. Um, Rasmus goalie just has so much size and is able to knock it out of the hands of the Rasmus Forward. And if like you're picking Rasmus on Gates, this is the time you want to do it when you're playing against Rasmus and you can just easily get the core out. And a really funny roll there by Zoro finding the KO on Logan. I feel like I see Dubus find those KOs on this map so often, and I really want to see Flink Plonk play around that and not die to it. Because it's really avoidable. You just have to be watching for it.
Yeah, for sure. And Muffin just put up an insane defense in that top corner. They did lose the bottom barrier, but that top barrier is still standing. And another big KO coming out from Just Logan as Coin looking to try and get a barrier as well. But now in the hands of Plink Plonk, self-pass through that portal. J-Dog looking for this barrier, but Muffin with the hook sends it through the portal off to J-Dog, goes for the core flip, but Zoro able to block it here. And now back through the portal, Zoro will pick up the second barrier and open him up. J-Dog passing to Just Logan, pushing this top corner. Zoro goes for the core flip, but Just Logan blocks it with Asher, and now dribbling in this top corner. Just Logan is looking for the shot. Zoro able to get it down to Fwop, though. And now it's Coin's turn to dribble. Hook, though, from Muffin will interrupt that, and a slime from J-Dog to pass it over to Just Logan. Goes through the portal, though, and back to Fwop, but Fwop sending it through the portal once again. Tries to get it up to Coin. J-Dog blocking it with the slime, and now J-Dog's turn to dribble and pass it up to Just Logan, who will win the strike war and take Plink Plonk's first point.
Yeah, Just Logan spamming the slime pog, the Blombo happy, accidentally strikes it through the portal, then misses every single ability and scores anyway. Yeah, that's a Just Logan special. My goat. Um, so I think Just Logan already has 2 prizefighter sacks. I don't think he should have gone prizefighter. I think it was definitely prime time. However, he'll be able to find some random KOs here, and Coin is looking really low. So is Fwop Drop. This is a scary round already.
Yeah,
However,
Coin
they find both barriers.
Yeah, Coin had to burn that core flip there, use it or lose it, and hit stun from Coin with the hook. Actually just hit stun Muffin, pulled him out of position to let the core kind of slide in. But yeah, we're seeing a fair bit of KOs coming out in this first set already, which, you know, I wouldn't think of Gates as like a big KO heavy map, but these teams seem to be turning it that way just with the way that they're playing and the comps that they have. Coin already super staggered, will get 1 barrier, but then will end up going down here. It's now Muffin looking to get it back over to J-Dog, passing over to Just Logan, brings out the path splitter, looking to push this corner hard, but Zoro and Fwop will hold it down. Muffin, though, gonna give him another try as the soup from Zoro, though, is gonna take out Just Logan, gonna lose a prize fighter stack for that one. And now it is Fool's turn to push their corner here, pushing up. Core flip, though, from J-Dog to clear it out. Zoro passing it back up. Hook from Muffin to stun Coin as Just Logan is back online again, and Coin's health bar already looking pretty bad. J-Dog will secure 1 barrier here. Coin with the dribbles into Pendulum Swing. Will get a barrier, but pay for it with his life, as now Fwop dribbling in this bottom, just trying to keep Just Logan away from it, and doing a very good job of that. Now Zoro passing back. J-Dog, though, trying to get into these overtime portals as they are now up and running through the blue portal, though. Zoro burns that core flip and misses Just Logan, able to bring down that barrier on a portal pass from Muffin over to Just Logan, but Zoro able to get it out of there. Muffin gonna try again, send it through the portal, but Zoro winning those strike wars and getting it out. Now Fwop portal pass down to Coin, can't find the shot just quite yet. The core's moving a little bit too fast. And now Fwop trying to get it up to Coin, dribbling in the top side, can't land the pendulum, though, and now Just Logan dribbling, but a hook from Coin sends it back over. Muffin, though, on the defense, able to react to that. Zoro with the roll into log, sends it back over to Coin, and a hook will secure it. Fools take their first set.
And that's a good start by the Fools. Exactly what they want to do. I think if you can find Rapid Fire here, and they're able to find Rapid Fire, which will probably get picked up by the Dubu, getting him primetime Rapid Fire, which is essentially like the biggest thing in this draft, I feel like, opts for the Timeless Creator, which is really that's not good. So Moffat now able to get the primetime Rapid Fire. However, Coin is able to get the Egoist, so you can argue that the Dubu opted to skip Timeless so Coin could still get Egoist, and that makes this an okay draft. I just think Primetime Rapid Fire is so strong, especially on Dubu. So I would argue with the draft, however, I think it's still fine. Logan instantly finding a KO, now a 2 prize fighter stack. That's a great start to the round.
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunate barrier loss there just through the portal, but Muffin instantly with the hook to send it back over to secure a barrier of his own. Fwop not looking so healthy here in this midfield. A lot of damage has been taken, but Just Logan pushing this barrier, able to clear it out here, though. Fwop still taking a lot of damage, just trying to get something going, passing up to Coin, has the storm, but the slimes are going to come out from J-Dog, and Muffin will find a KO here. Back through the portal is Zoro trying to buy a bit of time, but just Logan in position here to probably take this barrier, brings out the primary, but a core flip from Fwop will clear it out, and now Zoro and Fwop dribbling it out of this portal, giving Coin some time to respawn here. The soup's going to come out from Zoro on this push, but a core flip from Muffin will keep that barrier standing, and now it's just Logan, brings out the pass player, doesn't get the barrier, but has a core flip up now, and so does J-Dog. J-Dog sending it through the portal off to Zoro, sends it through the blue one, and Muffin with the hook to clear it out of that situation. Core flip from just Logan is blocked by Zoro just with a strike, and will secure the barrier off of the rebound through the portal. And now J-Dog, but Fwop interrupts, sends it through the portal off to Coin, goes for the barrier, but Muffin defends it and gets the KO, passing it back up to the forwards here through the portal. Fwop sends it through the portal, right back, hook from Muffin though, to send it back over to J-Dog, and will beat the log with the slime. Plink Plonk first to score in set 2.
I've never seen Muffin Koei play this map before, but he is playing it exactly like I would expect. He's just kind of throwing out hooks and trying to find the most creative angles to set up his forwards to find the holes in Zoro's defense, which honestly, great idea because he's playing into Dubu and that's kind of what you do. Plink Plonk suddenly looking like a KO heavy team, finding a double kill, so many KOs in this map. Plink Plonk is not traditionally known as a team that plays for KOs, but they're doing a really good job on these edges of just knocking people back and syncing up their primaries and finding these KOs. It's really good work.
Yeah, definitely. The KOs have been very consistent coming off of this team, and with core flips up now, they could be in a prime position to score. Both goals are open though, and with these portals, it's still anyone's game as Fwop pushing this corner, sends it through the portal though, and a core flip from J-Dog finds the kill on Zoro and the point. Plink Plonk bringing it to set point. What a play there. Fwop unfortunately sent it through that portal right to where J-Dog was standing, but regardless.
Yeah, the past 20 seconds were so goofy in that round. J-Dog, I don't even know if he meant to go through the portal himself and then just somehow finding the goal. That was really goofy. Great primary and awareness there from J-Dog to look for that. And now, Logan with an Asher moment. Even though it doesn't pay off, Zoro's half HP with no evade. This is such a scary spot to be in if you're the Dubu. However, Plink Plonk gonna ignore that and just kind of walk back and try and do some stuff there. Loses both barriers, and now we're kind of settling back in.
Yeah, but a little portal pass there will allow Coin to get it into a prime spot. Sends it down where Fwop is able to just beam it right in. Fools fire right back with a goal of their own. And that's the thing about Gates is there's so many more opportunities for misplays and just goofy things to happen on this map than other maps, and that's kind of like a big part of how you end up winning is by making those mistakes less. But oh wow, a very clean 14-second goal there from Plink Plonk. Just Logan just brings down the barriers while Coin is getting just absolutely beat up on the other side of the field. It will allow J-Dog to get MVP as we go into this draft.
Yeah, and now that Juno is looking at Hotshot, which is gonna feel really good on her. I do think if you want to be kind of a psychopath, you honestly could go a dash training here. I think it's really strong in this map. However, the Hotshot, it makes it so the Dubu can't get it. The Dubu's not going to have many cooldowns. He hasn't found any CDR yet. Your Rasmus, Plink Plonk's Rasmus Muffin Koei has been able to find additional size, which just makes the Rasmus into Rasmus matchup so much harder for the smaller Rasmus. Now, Fwop does have heavy impact, prime time chrono boost. He has a really good era build, and he can actually shrink Muffin and make up for that a little bit. But it's still just such a hard way for Plink Plonk. It's so hard for the Fools to find a way into this game at this point due to the Awakenings, unless they just play better than the enemy team.
Yeah, that's really just what it's going to come down to. But Zoro with a roll will find a KO onto just Logan. J-Dog will fire back with a barrier. 7 more seconds until this Asher is back online. Fools trying to make some kind of power play, but the slimes from J-Dog fire it all the way around Zoro and pick up the second barrier, as now Muffin on the defense here, trying to get it out of this top corner, brings out the pendulum swing and is able to get it around the corner. Zoro sends it through the portal and walls it off, but Muffin does not send it back through, tries to clear it out the traditional way, and defending another big push there from Fools as well, as Coin still trying to push this corner. We'll finally get it there with the pendulum swing as we go into overtime now. Muffin, though, with the hook will pick up the KO onto Coin. J-Dog does have a core flip up, self-pass with the portal, self-pass with the slime into the blue portal, though, down to just Logan in this bottom corner, goes for it, and off of the dash will find the point right through Zoro.
Yeah, great goal by Logan, who this is the first time he's picked something besides Zentaro, and he had one Kazan game, I believe, in NASA, but basically every other game has been Zentaro. In weeklies, he's basically only been playing Zentaro. Now pulling out the Asher, showing he has a bit of more than one character. He's not a one-trick on the forward. Just Logan, originally a midfielder, even if he doesn't really look like it, even though he's able to find all these really good, secure, safe goals, he was a midfielder. He plays a lot more midfielders, and an important story for Plinkplonk throughout the season is how just Logan adapts to playing forward and how big his pool can get. Now, unfortunately, finding himself off the map.
Yeah, a bit of a fortunate death, but it's just Muffin now as Coin picks up another KO. Muffin in the 1v3 gonna have to hold this barrier, but Muffin's defense has been absolutely insane this game. Earlier this round, we just saw Muffin versus the Soup and like 2 core flips, and he held the barrier still for so long. Fools will manage to pick up the barrier there, but it doesn't matter because J-Dog and just Logan are gonna find the point regardless and bring it to a set point now. This I wasn't entirely sure how the Rasmusgoli was going to go versus Dubu on this map, but Muffin is basically teaching a masterclass in how to play Rasmusgoli right now. It's absolutely mental, some of these saves that he's been making.
Yeah, I think when you watch Muffin probably play Rasmus, you can just tell this, I do it with Muffin last night. He plays the game a lot. He has so much experience and so much comfort on his picks. He just picks them every game and every situation, and he knows how to play them, and he knows how to play their win cons. Zoro, almost with the insane portal play. I love seeing that from goalies. Lilybun does it all the time, where you just go through, use your flip, and try and score. But Muffin, he was ready for it. Meanwhile, another great portal play finds the goal for the Fools.
Yeah, Zoro just saw that opportunity, had the angle there to launch the basically unblockable one. You have to be standing right at that corner to have a chance of blocking that one. But now Muffin with the portal plays goes for the barrier. Zoro able to clear it back out though, and Muffin does have a core flip here as Zoro sending it over to Coin in this top corner, brings out the Soup, has the Storm to back it up. It's just Wop and Muffin. Muffin burning the core flip, will lose one barrier though. Just Logan firing back with a barrier of their own. Sends it through the portal here and down into the bottom. Picks up a second barrier as with an open goal now, Fool's going to have to put on a very solid defense to try and bring down the second barrier and not get scored on. Zoro sending it back up with the log into this top corner. Flop trying to get it down to Coin, but interrupted by J-Dog. And now just Logan with the dribbles. Goes for the point, but can't quite hit the core there with the abilities. A little bit too far out. And now Coin and Flop pushing this corner once again. Core flip coming out from J-Dog, though. Sends it down where just Logan immediately core flips as Coin falls victim to the edge and is taken out. And now pushing this top corner, Zoro able to get it past the Asher dash though, and bringing out the Soup, traps it in this bottom corner. The core is absolutely stuck right now as Coin able to respawn and clear it out, but with these purple portals now in overtime, yeah, it's gonna be a pass down to just Logan, and dribbling will find the strike war to win it.
Yeah, and I feel like this team of Zoomers, Plinkplonk, is just so good at finding their way around this map. They use the portal, they use normal passes, and they just alternate between them whenever they want, and they're always mostly on the same page. Here, Muffin Kobe, he's able to get more size. Muffin has triple size, including the powerhouse. There's still built diff on the table, I believe, and this advantage over the enemy forward Rasmus is so massive. Zoro gets Among Us, Among Titans, which equalizes it a little bit and makes it still playable for Coin, but he's still at a disadvantage, and it's still a really scary spot to be in.
Yeah, Fools is definitely in a bit of a tough situation here. They're down a set. Plinkplonk looking very strong already, starting off with both barriers just going down, and now with a portal pass up to just Logan, able to sink it in, clean 12-second goal there. Plinkplonk is looking like they could just very well just take this set and take game 1 pretty decisively. And with game 2 being on Imi's app, like we said earlier, Plink Plonk are definitely strong contenders to just win this series outright here. So Fools is going to need kind of a big miracle turnaround to bring this one back, I think.
Yeah, there's just such an awakening gap here, and I think the Fools could win. They can definitely, they're good enough players, and the question is just, can they somehow find their way into this game and find the skill checks? It's looking really hard right now because Plink is just playing this game clean. They're finding the passes for just Logan. They're setting him up in the corner. Asher is just that one character that if the core is in the corner, she has so many ways to just guarantee get the goal in. And now Plink is on match point looking to end this game.
Oh, and with another big KO there from Just Logan, it looks like it could be going that way. Fools will earn a barrier here, actually earning 2 here. Moffin not quite able to reach that one in time and actually get a goal as Coin with the pendulum swing will still find the point even in the 2v3 here. Able to do something pretty solid on this Rasmus, but Plink Plonk is still 1 point away from taking game 1. It's definitely going to be a hard game to bring back, though, with a red core coming out of that portal, getting 1 barrier. That's a good start, but Just Logan finding another kill onto Fwop is just absolutely brutal. And now J-Dog passing down, but the soup comes out from Zoro and will find the KO onto Just Logan. An unfortunate portal pass from J-Dog. Gonna hit his own barrier. Now Coin pushing up with the core flip is burnt. Moffin burning a core flip, though, in return, sending it through the portal. Will get a barrier here as J-Dog with the core flip will send it back through the portal once again to pick up the second barrier, and suddenly both teams are now open as Zoro passing down to Fwop, passing up to Coin. Moffin, though, with a whiplash to interrupt that play, but now it's in no man's land, and Just Logan pushing up on this bottom side. J-Dog going through this portal back and forth, it looks like. Trying to find something. Fwop with the strike war to push it back up into the top corner. Coin going for the pendulum swing, but gets outsized here. The storm comes out from Fwop. The hook from Moffin, able to send it through. It goes through the portal, though, and it's going to have to be J-Dog in the midfield trying to defend this. Uses the slime to self-pass down to the bottom corner. Brings up to the Asher, but Zoro with the core flip clears it out, but they're going to have another try here, but the Shoop is going to shut that down. Now in overtime, the purple portal is up. Moffin sending it through down to Just Logan. Can't land the Asher primary, though. Zoro clears it through the blue side. And Moffin sending it over back to the midfield to Fwop. And now Zoro clearing it back down off of the log, bouncing all the way around back through the blue portal. Zoro sending it back all the way over as now Coin in the top corner looking for something, but the core is just moving too fast. Can't land the pendulum swing in time. And now J-Dog passing up to Just Logan, but Zoro and Fwop are holding it down on this defense. They're going to go for it again, and with a strike for Just Logan will win it as Plink Plonk takes game 1.
Yeah, Zoro just can't keep holding, and Zoro put in a lot of work there. I think when it got to overtime, the Fools just needed to find a way to. You can't really slow down the core, but they needed to make the play slower. Because in those hectic environments, the Juno's just, with hotshots, just gonna thrive. She's gonna find the angles, she's gonna find the blobos, and set up her Asher for the corner stuff and get the goal in. Now, that was the Fools map. I think it was difficult to see necessarily what their game plan was because I feel like while they had a really big advantage in terms of goalie pool, the Coins character pool unfortunately doesn't mesh well on this map, particularly into Moffin Koi's, because Rasmus goalie just has a good matchup into Rasmus forward. And now for game 2, I believe we're looking at a Oni Village game, already loading into it. I think this is another map where it's a map that Plink Plonk likes, but given that the Fool's Coin is a bit of a Rasmus player and focuses mostly on that character, this could also be one of their stronger maps, and it could be a map where they end up winning, especially with Flop Drop's Kai, which is kind of the pick that he's famous for. And J-Dog, he has an Estelle, but he doesn't really pick it that much, usually opting for his Aimee on this map. And we'll see what ends up happening. And Plink Plonk with the read, banning Flop Drop's Kai, which I think is 100% correct. And I'm really happy they saw that.
Yeah, yeah, very strong ban coming out there from Plink Plonk, and Kai in general is still very strong on this map, and with Flop on it, it could have been a very big problem. The Juno ban did come out against J-Dog here, but it looks like J-Dog will opt for the Estelle, which is still a very solid pick on this map. Both teams actually going for it, as we also have a Rasmus mirror here. Once again, the Rasmus forward versus the Rasmus goalie. Just Logan on that Zentaro, and Zoro back on the Dubu once again, as we see a built different and aerials start here. Aerials for Fwop, Just Logan, and J-Dog, everyone else on that built different here. So already Moffin off to a double size Rasmus, but Fwop immediately getting both barriers off of kickoff with the Estelle primary here, setting up Fools to be in a pretty good position in this round one, though. But Plink Plonk fire right back with the double barriers of their own only a few seconds into this match. And now J-Dog passing over to Just Logan. Zoro able to clear it out with the log, but going to have another chance here as Just Logan with the dribbles burns another cooldown off of Zoro to get it back up to Coin, though. Goes for the dash, but Zoro able to get it out in time as now Fwop dribbling in the midfield, passes it up to Coin, and is able to send it right in. As Fools take the first point.
Yeah, clean little goal by the Fools. A good way to come into this game when they just needed to, like last game, they needed to make these slow little methodical plays and just choke out Plink Plonk, which is exactly what they did there. And a great start in that last round, getting the double barriers, looking to replicate that this round, able to do so. And the Fools is here to play. This is just like last round.
Yeah, both teams getting double barriers off of each other. They don't take single barriers. They both go for the doubles here. This is how it is going to be played out. But energy will be coming online for both sides here very shortly. There's 30 seconds until overtime as well. J-Dog trying to get it up to Just Logan, but Fwop with the Thorns is able to interrupt to get it up to Coin. Dribbling now in this corner. Moffin burning the core flip to clear it out of there. But now Zoro and Fwop are the ones with the core flip up to Coin. Trying to pass it down to Fwop. Brings out the pendulum swing. Trying to get it through, but Fwop with the blink will send it right in. Burns the core flip for good measure, but Fools will bring it to set point.
Yeah, that was a really cute blink. It was somehow able to find the core and not target onto an enemy, and also the flip was still good because it pushed Moffin out of the way and guaranteed the goal. I like that confidence. I like seeing SL players willing to blink forward and go for the goal when it's guaranteed. However, here, I don't know what I was about to say. I'm throwing it to you.
I mean, yeah, it's now we're in basically the long setup. We have the diagonal barriers where both sides are trying to keep it on different ends, and I was gonna say it could be a long round, but Fwop there just kind of proved me wrong with that Estelle primary, as Zoro is now the new forward. Coin became the goalie there for a minute, did lose the barrier unfortunately, and core flip from J-Dog to send it back over. Zoro able to send it back down, hook from Moffin trying to get it out, but Coin with the core flip is blocked by Moffin's pendulum swing, though, as now Just Logan trying to push up, trying to find some kind of offensive play here. Zoro holding it down, does still have that core flip in the back pocket just in case, but the forwards from Fools will be able to clear it out of that situation, try and get something going. Coin is kind of hurt, though. Might have to play for his life just a little bit here, as Zoro passing it back up to him, dribbling in this corner. Moffin with the whiplash, able to get it out, passing it back over to Just Logan to win the strike war, but once again, Zoro just sends it back over to the other side, as this is basically an Oni Village map. A lot of back and forth until something big happens. Moffin with the core flip to try and send it back over, but Zoro still keeps sending it up to that top side, as Moffin with the hooks just keeps yoinking it out of Coin's hands every time he's in that top corner. But with that bounce into a strike war win against J-Dog, Coin will be the one to find the point and the set as well. And it looks like, I think Coin will be getting the MVP.
Yeah, great start by the Fools. I do think Plink Plonk is looking to scale a little bit. The Zentaro probably outscales the Rasmus. And unfortunately for the Fools, they're not able to get any additional size on Coin. They're thankfully able to get Stagger, which he's been getting staggered, and also just that base 12% move speed does a lot. Meanwhile, Moffin able to pick up the Deadeye, which I know he loves on Rasmus, makes the core go so fast. With size, he'll be able to proc it a lot on primary. There's a lot of spacings where you're able to get it. And meanwhile, besides that, there's not really anything huge to talk about. Plink Plonk opting for double spark, which they'll be able to get some raw stats later on in the match on either forward, depending. So it kind of is like a good way to guarantee that you'll never get like a really bad draft, but it makes this draft not super high value. However, it wasn't really high value for anyone because Zoro just got Prize Fighter, and Fwop has 1-2 punch, which will make the core a little faster. Actually kind of relevant there, but the Fools is just looking activated. They're looking really dominant on this map that Plink Plonk picked.
Yeah, so far Plink Plunk hasn't scored a single goal. The Fools have just been very solid on this offense. And I mean, Moffin's been putting up a very strong defense as well, but I mean, on Oni Village, where one mistake can be so punishing. I mean, right there, Fwop, just one hit stun, gets the barrier. But Just Logan will be firing right back with barrier of his own. And Coreflip in this top corner goes for it. But Zoro brings out the log as Moffin trying to send it back up to Just Logan once again. Goes for the strike roar, but Fwop is able to win that one and get it out of the situation, though. Moffin sending it back down into this pocket, but Coin and Fwop still holding it down, not even having Zoro spend too many cooldowns here. Zoro will drop the soup in this top side, get it down to Fwop. Fwop going for the core flip into the corner, goes for the hit stun, but Moffin able to block it. And now Zoro trying to send it back up to Coin on this top, brings out the whiplash, passing down to Fwop, back and forth. J-Dog interrupts the pass though, and still has a core flip up in this midfield. Fwop sending it back up to Coin here. J-Dog with the blink, sends it out of that situation. They're having a little bit of a hard time getting it over to Just Logan. J-Dog having to bring this core flip over into this top corner, try and go for something. Just Logan goes for the shot, but Zoro with the core flip, able to clear it back out, forces out Moffin's core flip, and sends it back over. Zoro able to just barely save it with the Dubu roll. As it's still anyone's game here in this overtime. Moffin trying to send it down. Just Logan winning the strike war and pushing into this corner. Goes for the dash and gets the KO. Doesn't get the point just yet, though. Fwop going to have to defend pretty hard, though, in this 2v3 without a goalie. As J-Dog sending it over to Just Logan, brings out the Zen primary, but Fwop able to clear it up into the top corner as J-Dog going for a score once again, but Zoro has respawned in time. J-Dog passing on to Just Logan, goes for the dribble into dash, but the core is moving a little bit too fast for that to land. Moffin going to send it back over into this bottom corner once again. Zoro able to block the shot from Just Logan, though, as now it's Coin's turn to make a big play. Tries to go for the shot, but Moffin still able to hold it down. Once again, going into the top side, and with the hook to stun Moffin, will find the point.
Yeah, and so Plink Plonk, they're kind of... So J-Dog, he's not very experienced on the Estelle. He's kind of doing this thing that I sometimes do, where he's just throwing out a lot of abilities and kind of hitting it out of Just Logan's hands a lot of the time. And he wants to slow down the game a little bit, slow down his game a little bit, and just let Logan set up his goals and set up his scores. Because I know Logan can, and then J-Dog can just throw out an ability on top of that and stuff out the defense hold from Zoro. What they're doing right now is just kind of taking pot shots at the goal, but they're not really setting them up, and as a result, the rounds are kind of just evolving into this ping-pong back-and-forth mess, and eventually Moffin just, the core gets around him because he's Erasmus.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty accurate way of describing it. Just Logan, though, did find a pretty big KO onto Zoro, though. It's going to have to rely on Fwop Dop to hold it down. And Coin and Moffin both going for the core flip. Moffin will be winning that battle there and able to get it out of the goal. But with Zoro respawn, it's going to allow Fwop to get back on this offense, passing up to Coin. Goes for the whiplash, but Moffin able to get it out of there in time. Just Logan goes for the dash into the primary with the Zen, but Zoro is able to clear that one out. But now in the top corner, goes for the Zen ult, and with the little dribble there, will find the top corner as Plink Plunk finally able to put a point on the board.
That angle was insane. That was so close to hitting the bumper, but he had like the perfect placement of his ult to get it to actually dribble to him, and that's really hard to do, especially because Just Logan is a controller player. I actually got to mention this last game. We saw Josh, the other controller forward player, also pop off, and now Just Logan having a similar good performance. Maybe controller is OP for forward.
It might be maybe, but I guess we'll have to see how it ends up going, as Coin is able to bring down this second barrier. J-Dog burning the core flip here to clear it out of that top corner, as Zoro did bring out the soup to lock it off, as Just Logan and J-Dog trying to bring down a second barrier of their own. But with Fwop and Coin up in this top corner, it could be a little bit difficult. Coin pushing hard with that whiplash, burning off some cooldowns off of Moffin here, but can't quite find a shot just yet. Moffin earning up that energy as well. We'll have an extra resource in that core flip up very shortly, as we're about to be entering overtime. Just Logan going for that barrier, but Zoro able to hold it down with those Dubu abilities, as J-Dog dribbling, interrupted by the blink from Fwop. But now back in the bottom corner once again. Fwop with the strike roar wins, though, able to keep the pressure off, and Zoro brings out the soup to send it all the way out of there and shut that push down. And now Zoro, the one with the core flip up, but the bounce there from Logan to J-Dog will allow the barrier to go down. Core flip coming out from Muffin, trying to push it up to Just Logan, but Zoro able to save it with the roll. Once again, though, Just Logan dribbling in this bottom corner. Zoro able to clear it out, and now Coin to flop, back to Coin, brings out the core flip, pass up, but no point, but Coin will find the KO, and it's just going to be enough to allow it to go right in. No goalie is definitely tough times when the core is moving this fast, as Fools taking another set now, and Zoro getting MVP.
Yeah, and honestly, like you actually don't want to see Zoro get MVP here because there's not really like too many insanely game morphing awakenings he can get. He'll probably take the rapid fire. He goes for the missile prop. That'll give him more offensive pressure. Estelle's able to get rapid fire though. I think the rapid fire Estelle is really good. He's going to be able to do a lot with it if he just isn't too excited with his abilities and uses them in bad spots. I did misread the draft actually. Coin is able to get some size, now bigger than Muffin Kobe, or he's actually the exact same size. Both of which is still very huge for the Erasmus forward into goalie matchup. He has so much more room to work with now that he's the same size. So we see the Fools is 2-0 up. They had a pretty solid draft, at the very least, getting something huge on their Erasmus. And we'll see if they can use that to close this out.
And with a 20-second goal there, it looks like they will. They have been very consistent in when they get a barrier. It almost always ends up being both barriers that end up falling rather than just the one. And I think, like you said earlier, Plink Plonk, when they have the opportunity to score, they just kind of end up going for these pot shots rather than trying to set up, a really big push. And especially against Dubu, it's just giving them a very difficult time here. It's once again almost 20 seconds into the match, both barriers are down for Plink Plonk. J-Dog will fire back with one barrier, but Coin is still pushing up in this midfield. Just Logan, though, able to get it out, burning a core flip here. Goes for the barrier, but Zoro and Flop able to defend it, trying to get it back up to Coin, but Just Logan is once again dribbling. Zoro with the evade strike, though, is able to clear it out, get it back up to Flop and Coin, and in this top corner, Muffin having to burn that core flip. Coin is staggered, and J-Dog does have a core flip up, though, but it's still a pretty good spot for Fools to be in with a barrier up. J-Dog going for the shot onto the bottom, but Zoro with the roll is able to save it and try and clear it back out up to Coin here. J-Dog blinking in, trying to interrupt these passes between Flop and Coin, but so many cooldowns have already been spent, and Muffin goes down once again. Coin will find the point here. Yeah, it was Flop's Stell primary that got him, as Fools, they're about to make this a 9-1 game in 1 point here.
Yeah, this is a complete reversal from game one, and it really just feels like Bulls found their answer into how to stop this Muffin Kobe defense. They just kill him. And Muffin Kobe has to stand on the edge a lot of the time to stop these goals from going in, and Fools is noticing that and taking advantage by just tossing an ability at him. Especially now that Fall Top has the 1-2 punch and a prime time, he always has an ability to do that. And that's what we're seeing. However, J-Dog has the flip, looking to get the last barrier from Zoro, but it's being held. It's really hard to break that Dubu's defense.
Yeah, definitely. Zoro has been putting on a pretty solid defense this whole time. Right there, J-Dog was able to get it through, but had to burn a couple of cooldowns to do it. And now a core flip, though, will send it in as Just Logan finds the KO. And that's the kind of plays that Plink Plonk should be looking for this match. Absolutely massive KO into a goal there, as they will be on the board, but Fools still only needs 1 point to seal game 2 here. Just Logan will find a barrier, and they do have the energy advantage, but oh, great save there from Muffin with the hook, but Flop will find a KO, as it's Just Logan and Muffin Koei against the world right now. Core flip coming out from Just Logan to get it past Coin, but not going to be able to do too much with it, as Flop now passing up to Coin. J-Dog is alive once again, but the pressure is coming up down from this top side. Muffin able to clear it down into this bottom speed lane, though. That's just Logan passing up to J-Dog in this top corner. Zoro and Fwop trying to defend this. The barrier is still up. Strike ward there from Fwop to try and get it back over to Coin. Hook from Moffin though, but Coin hits it right at the same time. Is able to bring down the barrier as the goal is open now. Fwop and Coin looking to end this one. The thorns from J-Dog delaying it a little bit, but on the goal line, Coin with another KO into a point with the pendulum swing as Fools take game 2.
Yeah, good win by the Fools, and now IMEZAP going to be the final map they play on. I really want to see how this map ends up going, because Moff and Kobe will probably be the Rasmus picker for Plonk. Meanwhile, Coin is going to be on the Rasmus for the Fools, unless Rasmus ends up getting banned, which is possible. I feel like the Rasmus goalie into Rasmus forward matchup on IMEZAP isn't something we really ever get to see, and I'm really excited to see how this ends up panning out. And I'm already talking about the next game. I should probably mention, like, props to Flop Drop. He kind of had a pop-off performance that game, literally from round 1 getting double barriers as the very first play in the game. Really great performance.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Coin as well found those big big KOs into points here. I mean, like we were saying, those double barriers were just absolutely devastating. Fools really turned it around from last game. Like, did a complete 180. Only allowed 2 points even to be scored on them that entire time. But yeah, going into game 3, IMEZAP definitely a bit more of a swingy map. It's pretty often, I think, that you see one team come out with, just the right comp and end up kind of, getting some early KOs, getting that XP, those draft wins, and kind of snowballing. So I'm curious to see how this ends up going, because so far, Fools have definitely surprised us, but I think Plonk is definitely going to have a bit of an advantage going into this one. So we'll just have to see how it ends up going, and if that Rasmus ends up still being on the table, or if it just gets banned away.
Yeah, I think it's a really hard read for either team to make, banning the Rasmus, and it looks like just Logan hovering the Rasmus. This is a pick that he hasn't been able to pull out yet in NASA, but I know he's confident on it. Since week 1, I know he's been confident on it. They're looking to ban the Juliet here, which I think is the correct read. Coin does play it. Meanwhile, Fools just bans out the Juno, looking like a Rasmus forward mirror. J-Dog picking the Jakar. This is a pick that he has recently started playing in the past few weeks, realizing, hey, like, I can actually play this on ping, it's chill, which I agree with. I think Jakar, kind of a sleeper ping pick. Better than you would think. And so now, with the Kazan, basically, these rounds are... Plonk is going to try and make these rounds go long. They're going to find random KOs off the middle and try and win the game that way. Meanwhile, the Fools, they have Rasmus, Estelle, Kai. They're going to be trying to make these forward, offensive, aggressive plays with the Kai, using the barrage to push it past Moff and Koi's defense, because barrage has a lot of hitboxes. It's hard for the single hook Kazan to defend from that. So if the Fools is able to set up these 3 forward plays with Zoro, this game can get really scary quick.
Yeah, for sure. And starting Awakenings as well is 1-2 punch stagger swagger. Everyone went stagger swagger except Moffin and J-Dog on the 1-2 punch. And Plonk already with a pretty quick 12-second goal there coming out. I mean, if that's anything to go by, it's only round 1. But we'll see how it ends up going. Just Logan is level 2. Coin still level 1. So already pretty big there. Moffin also on that level 2 on Kazan. Notably, as they're looking to make another push here. Just Logan dribbling in this bottom. Went the strike war against Coin, but Zoro able to block it. Can't get it out of there, though, and J-Dog will be there to stop the clear and secure that barrier, as now Zoro pushing up with that eject button. Just Logan finding the hook, though, as it comes into a 2v3, but Coin with a hook of his own, able to bring it down to a 2v2. And now dribbling on this bottom side, neither team able to do too much until their third member respawns. Fwop back online here, and J-Dog about to be up right now. Pushing into this bottom side. Oh, Moffin able to clear it out, though. Get it over to just Logan. Coin and J-Dog fight over it in the midfield, passing it back up to just Logan. Zoro trying to get it through to Coin, but J-Dog is just holding it down and not letting it cross that midfield line, and now pushing into this corner once again brings out the Drek ult, but Zoro able to clear it out and avoid that projectile. Now with the barrage to clear it out once again, Muffin having to be on the defense now, and Flop with the snipe is going to send it right through him as Muffin gets locked in that primary animation, as tied up now 1-1.
Yeah, just Logan communicating sorry to his team. Notable no mic player trying to say, hey, I know I messed up a few of those goals there, even though you got the puck to me. And Moffin Koei responding with the Blabo love, which he always does, if you notice. I really, this is a random tangent, but I really like seeing how Plink Plonk, like, they all use the Blabo emotes, and they all actually communicate with the Blabo emotes. It's really cute. So pay attention to that. They're happy to use them.
That's pretty funny way to communicate, but I mean, it seems to be working as they've been putting on a pretty solid performance. But Hook there coming out from Coin finds the big KO, and now is going to allow Flop to go for the core flip, bounces it off the center, doesn't quite find the point though, but they still have a few more seconds of this power play. Flop dribbling up, trying to send it up to Coin. Muffin able to defend with that hook though, but now Zoro's core flip is up as Coin in the midfield, pushing it through. J-Dog has a core flip up as well. Gonna opt to save it as Zoro is pushed up now. Flop becoming the new goalie here as Zoro burning this core flip, looking to make these offensive plays, and will in fact find it as Coin right in the center spot, able to win that strike war and get the point.
Yeah, and we saw there, Zoro, he had flip. He wanted to walk up, and so he did. Flop Drop stood back, played goalie, something he's played a lot of in solo queue, and just confident here. Blink lasering J-Dog, finding the KO, finding the barrier. What a round. What two great 2 rounds in a row by Flop Drop. Caster curse into the Rasmus hook. Death. Unlucky. My bad.
Yeah, so far we've seen actually a fair amount of Rasmus hooks coming out from both sides. They've been pretty consistent at landing them. So in later rounds, I imagine teams tend to start to realize things and start to avoid the hole a little bit more. But on the first round especially, it's very easy to forget where you're standing and like not track the cooldown and stuff. But right now, it's 15 seconds to overtime. Fools still have their barrier up and are keeping the core on Plinkplonk's side of the field. Zoro even kind of pushing up to this midfield a bit to keep it going. Plinkplonk, though, looking to make a push of their own now as cooldowns have been burnt, pushing it around the backside of this barrier. J-Dog will be securing that barrier and opening up the goal, but Flop sending it back over to Coin. Muffin with the hook, though, to get it out of that situation, and Muffin trying to get it down to just Logan, but can't quite reach it. It bounces back up to Coin, who's going to be able to find the point, and that's Fools taking the set, and I think Coin gets MVP here. Oh, no, Zoro gets MVP, but regardless, Coin is probably going to be higher. Yeah, Coin's higher than just Logan. So that's a pretty notable Rasmus advantage. There are a couple ways this could go. No spec on the board though, but I'm supposed to see how this plays out.
Yeah, the Prize Fighter and Monumentalist is both up. Coin opting for neither of them. We'll see which just Logan opts for Monumentalist, which I think is fine. I feel like if he opts for Monumentalist, I would have wanted J-Dog to actually go Prize Fighter over Built It, but maybe I'm a psycho. So the Fools is able to get a lot of speed from this draft. They're looking to try and just double down on these aggressive forward plays, just Logan finding great hook there. And we'll see if that pays off for them. I think it definitely could. But we see now Muffin Kobe with the prime time is going to be able to hold more, and just it's a scary spot to be in when you're now facing a Monumentalist Rasmus hook, and he can still get extra special or specialized.
Yeah, absolutely. And Knife's Edge as well is still floating out there somewhere.
Right.
So getting, winning these sets, winning these drafts is going to be pretty big, as that Awakening by itself can be an absolute game changer. Just Logan will respawn here, able to get back into this game as Flop in this top corner. Muffin able to clear it back around, but Flop passing down to Coin, goes for the barrier, but just Logan and Muffin able to hold that one down, as now Muffin trying to send it back up to J-Dog, but Flop wins the strike war, but just Logan will find the hook onto him. Receiving the pass now from J-Dog, looking for this point, but Zoro with the speed is able to hold it down in this 2v3 for now. Just Logan, though, going to have another chance pushing up with the Whiplash. Coin able to save it on the goal line, not once, but twice, and get it out of there until Flop respawns. Muffin trying to hold down the barrier. The barrier goes down, but does use the core flip to send it back over. Zoro having to burn that speed boost to try and keep it safe. And now Just Logan with the strike war win in the midfield, trying to get it over to J-Dog, but Coin finds the hook onto J-Dog, but Just Logan finds the hook onto Coin. And now we're back in this 2v2 in overtime as Zoro pushing up in the midfield, risking it all with an open goal, but has the eject button up still and is able to get back to save it. J-Dog back online, Coin back online. 3v3 has been restored as Muffin and Just Logan need to try and get it past this midfield here. Muffin able to do so with the Kazan special, and Just Logan finds another big hook here. J-Dog passing down to Just Logan in this bottom corner. It's moving too fast with the pendulum swing though, but J-Dog on the top side able to recover it and with the shotgun to find the point.
And so I feel like Just Logan is starting to adapt to this. Something really important in the Rasmus fishing minigame on iMe's app is to realize that the Rasmus is going to try and hook you when you're trying to play the game. You need to just watch out for it. If you're transitioning across the middle and you're trying to follow the core, you just need to be ready to evade or just be an evade. That's how you win it. Especially like in these types of games where the Rasmus is just throwing out the hook at every single opportunity. There's no reason not to. I also went to see Plinkponk try and take away the glass cannon from Zoro. I feel like he's getting so much value out of it, able to hold so many goals, especially when his barriers are down. And he shouldn't be able to. Just Logan winning the hook minigame though.
Yeah, that big hook is absolutely devastating, and with Pummelers, it's pretty much guaranteed to kill from basically any distance now as this offensive play continues to go. Fool's able to hold it down, but with J-Dog having a core flip up now, it could be a bit of a different story, but runs into Coin's hook. Oh, J-Dog goes down with a flip. It's absolutely massive win there from Fools as they're now looking to push this barrier, forces Moffin's flip to come out, but fires it right to the bottom. What a shot from Moffin all the way across the map, right through Zoro to pick up the point.
Yeah, the core flip 1-2 punch. Little crazy. Something really important to note here. So we already mentioned the Knife's Edge. We already mentioned the Rasmus Awakenings. But also, team player is still up. Moffin Kobe hasn't had that in any of the games so far. That's basically a staple awakening. He picks that every time it's up. And if Plinkponk is able to get that, I think it becomes a lot harder for the Fools to make these aggressive triple forward plays they're making right now.
Yeah, great play there from Zoro to push up with that barrage. And core flip coming out now from Flop. Goes to bounce it off the center again. It almost goes in. But Coin down there to recover, brings out the hook to get it past Moffin, sends it up, and Flop is able to get it through J-Dog with that primary. Fireback with a point of their own. Fools definitely do want to bring this set back. Like we've been saying, a lot of very valuable awakenings still on the board, letting this Kazan get something crazy, letting Just Logan get Knife's Edge or Spec Training or something could be absolutely devastating. But right now, it's still definitely anyone's game as a hook coming out there. I think that was from Coin, yeah, to find a KO, putting him in this 2v3 scenario where we're going to see most of the game happen, honestly, at this point, as one side's going to have 3, one side's going to have 2, just for the amount of KOs that we've been getting. But Plinkponk able to hold it down regardless and keep that barrier up. But now Flop and Coin pushing this side once again. J-Dog tries to go around the back side of it, not really anywhere else to go there. Goes a little bit badly. The barrier will go down, but they are defending the goal for now. Just Logan trying to push back into this bottom of Zoro with the barrage to get it back up to Coin. Can't quite get it through J-Dog though, and Just Logan with the pendulum swing will be able to secure a barrier of their own. Both sides opened up as Muffin and Coin both about to be the ones with the energy online as we go into overtime. Core flip from Coin, pass up to Flop Top, but Muffin with the Kazan special able to block it. And now Flop burns the core flip on air, unfortunately, as 2 people go down. Looks like, yeah, it was just Logan and Flop Dwop both getting hooked there. As now in this 2v2, not a lot able to quite happen until the thirds have respawned, but Flop now in this bottom corner, bringing out the projectiles. Muffin able to send it up out the top, though. And now, oh, Just Logan goes for the hook, but gets hooked by Coin instead. And now Coin pushing up with the Whiplash, dribbling in this corner, trying to get it through. Core is moving a little bit too fast, though, for some of those abilities to land, but still in this 2v3 scenario, will be able to get it past Muffin right there with the strike war, as Fools bring it back 2-2 now.
Yeah, and good goal there by the Fools. They're able to bring the set back, and this is a set that Plinkplonk really wants to win. They want to be able to hit some of the awakenings that could still pop up. There's so many good ones. Surely one of them will be in this draft. Um, any awakening that Plinkplonk really wants here, like the extra special, like the Knife's Edge, like the team player, could win them the game. But they lose the barrier, and the set looks so scary.
Yeah, 2-2. This is not quite what you want to see if you're Plink-Plunk right now. You're going to have to spend a fair bit of cooldowns to get it out of this this tight situation. J-Dog does have a core flip up, and Coin did just use the hook, so they can move a little bit more freely for at least a little while, but Flop Drop in this midfield is just being an absolute menace, and with Coin winning these strike wars, they're just keeping the pressure on. Coin is staggered, though. Muffin almost gets the kill there, but Zoro pushing up now. Coin still alive, survived the hook, and with a core flip from Muffin to bring down the barrier, Plink-Plunk are in a much better position here, but a hook from Coin to bring it up. Muffin goes for the dash, but Coin with the shot into Pendulum Swing will find the point for Fools as they take their set 2. Zoro getting MVP. This could be a really big draft here.
Coin barely lives from 2 plays in a row. He makes it through. And as a result, he's able to just do that amazing hook, bring the core up. Muffin barely makes a mistake, gets read by Coin, and just is able to win the game, win the set. Now, Kai takes the specialized from Kazan, who was going to deny it, from Rasmus. This makes it so basically in that draft, red team had a pretty good time, but blue team importantly got quick strike on their goalie and also heavy impact on the Jakar, who now has 1-2 punch heavy impact and can threaten the Juliet dash punch that, well, Flopdrop just seems to have J-Dog's number on because he keeps finding these blink laser KOs.
Yeah, and also just Logan picked up that Timeless Creator to go for the big hook. This thing is basically just a map hazard right now, but as we see right there, Coin actually going down to a bit of Drakkar shenanigans up on that top side, and just Logan able to secure this barrier. It's like Plink-Plonk trying to push for this point, but Zoro holding it down very well, though. As soon as Coin respawns, just Logan able to get it through and take the first one here. But Fool's still in a very good situation. Zoro almost has a core flip up, but so does Muffin Koi. So it could still be anyone's set, as Coin does go for the kickoff hook. Luckily, no one was quick enough to run out into it here, as Muffin does have a core flip up now in this top corner. Going to immediately burn it to try and get it out, as hook coming out from just Logan. It's going to hit the core, though, but we'll give him control. Pushing at this bottom, and with a pendulum swing, we'll find the barrier. Core flip from Zoro to send it out, as oh my gosh, whoever it was, Drakkar, goes down here in this 2v3. It looks like Fool's trying to fire back with a big push coming out. Coin pushing up with the whiplash will be enough to get it through Mop and Koi there, as Fools put their point on and their first step to taking this game.
Yeah, and this is an important set to win. I think if Plink-Plonk manages to win this set, there are so many important awakenings still on the board that they can get, especially the Knife's Edge. However, the Fools is just able to find all of these edge KOs, particularly on J-Dog, who, as his coach, I'm going to have to talk to him about these KOs after this game and figure out why he dies with this. Because he really should just be pressing the evade button. But anyways, dies again. It's ping dip. It's ping dip. I'm coping. Anyways.
Flop finding these big KOs, especially off that respawn, and then evaded the hook as well, so didn't even get punished for it. But Just Logan will be able to bring down the barrier, which is pretty big. But now with J-Dog alive, oh, Flop goes for another KO, but doesn't quite land it. J-Dog barely surviving that, but Just Logan does have a core flip up, burns it right here, goes for the shot. Zoro able to block that one, but they're still in a prime position to potentially score. Flop, though, with the Thorns, able to send it out of there and back over to Plink-Plonk's side of the field, but gets another KO onto J-Dog. That's 3 in a single round from Flop Drop here, as now Coin passing up to Flop. They're trying to make this push in this power play moment, this 2v3, get it up in this top corner. Coin with a strike while win against Muffin will be the one to find it, as that's Fools bringing it now to match point and on the verge of taking a win this season.
Yeah, Fools is just having fun. They're in control and looking dominant. Plink-Plonk just needs to slow down a little bit and play their game. They need to press the evade button, but they're not finding that win con. And the Fools playing three-man offense forward, trying to end the game. Zoro now with Flip. They're probably going to try and send Zoro forward the second he has the eject button up, but just Logan finds a really important hook onto Coin and the barrier, even though Flop Drop burns everything, killing J-Dog off the middle. Now they're in a 2v2, no barriers. Just Logan finding the most important goal of his life, bringing the set even to 2-2, and Plink Plonk may be able to bring this game back.
Yeah, that very solid strike work from Just Logan, as it was able to, get that point. I didn't even have to do anything fancy for it either. Just caught Zoro a little bit out of position there. But yeah, these KOs from Flop Dwop have been pretty lethal to the side of Plink Plonk. Of course, I say that, and Flop Dwop, now the one who gets taken out, looks like by the hook. Plink Plonk able to earn up a barrier here as they're looking to try and earn this set and bring this game back from the brink. But Coin, oh, I saw that one coming. They went on opposite sides of the pit, and Coin just absolutely hooked in Just Logan there. And now it is suddenly Fools, the ones with the big momentum, and Flop in this bottom corner, just able to bring out the projectiles and get it through J-Dog. That's Fools taking game 3 and taking the series, breaking the curse, and coming off of their losing streak.
Yeah, and that's such a good win for the Fools. They've had 3-1-2 losses so far in this season. Finally able to pull out the 2-1 victory. MVP Zoro, definitely an MVP performance. Flop Drop, Coin finding so many KOs throughout that game. Really just having Plink Plonk's number there, understanding where they want to be on the map and punishing them for just not respecting the fact that they can die. And the Fools, with Coin in, they looked really comfortable. I want to see them able to carry that same energy with 3 deaths and just have fun playing in the game. They looked like they were having so much fun during that game 3, and that was their best game by far, in my opinion. Um, this is this is still like, it's week 5. The Fools was 0-4 before this game. Now they're 1-4. They have such a long season left to play, and they can still make playoffs. And this is the kind of win that they needed to see that actually happen and to make that feel like it's a reality.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great day for the Fools and for Fools fans everywhere. It was a very good performance, especially, like you said, that last one. Huge KOs coming out from both sides, but Just Logan bringing out 10 KOs. But the entirety of the Fools, 3 on Zoro, 5 on Flop, and Coin with the 9. I think 4 of those from Flop were just in that last round against J-Dog there. Just absolutely targeted him. And just kept him out of the game for so long. Yeah, the Fools definitely, definitely very solid contenders. It was great to see them bring it back and win this one, especially after a rough game 1. But yeah, just solid games.
Yeah, and so there's still 2 series left for today in NASA. Orbits versus Kachao, I heard, is basically starting already on Ignis's stream. We'll probably throw it over there in a second. But I really want to highlight the last game of the day, Chikara Chatting versus PP Legends. It's gonna be Xianzu's debut in NASA, as far as I know, one of the most hyped players in a very long time in the Omega Strikers community. Probably going to be playing for Chikara Chatting. I've heard Japanese Box's internet is having issues, and unless that gets fixed, Chatting was scrimming with Xianzu yesterday. AlphaBug chatted a bit and said, yeah, there's a really high chance he ends up playing. And I think the Xianju versus Average Alex matchup that could happen later today. Average Alex has been a player, a midfielder since beta, known as one of the folks who's not at the top, but who can compete with them on his best days. And I want to see how Xianzu stacks up against him.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. I've seen Xianzu absolutely dominate in Seraphim Specialized. It was insane to watch. Hitting far above his weight class for sure. I'm definitely gonna be excited to see that, and I hope it ends up working out and we get to see that happen. But I suppose we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that match. I actually don't know when we're transitioning to throwing to Ignis's stream for the Kachao versus Orbits map. But While I have time to talk about it, cut to end whenever. Okay, well, since that game started, we may as well cut now. I've been Liari. Thank you for having me here. It's been such a fun day of games. And Lego Mage, do you have anything to say?
Uh, Not particularly. Congratulations to Fools. Y'all played great, and you deserve that W.
Real. Okay, okay, yes, it's rating. Perfect. Great timing. Oh my god. Enjoy the games.